titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat! Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Oh yeah, Dr. Huge Show back again. Everybody out there, get liking, get subscribing, notifications. You never know when we're going to pop up. Got the sleaze with us.
You do. I'm here.
Yep, we're ready for SummerSlam. I don't know, SummerSlam has always been one of my favorites all times, because it's right in the middle. There's no school or nothing. And now we got 2 days of it. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. If we even like this 2-day idea with a SummerSlam. I mean, this is kind of a whole new world we've gotten into with the 2-day business. It's normal now with WrestleMania, but now SummerSlam, and I'm sure they'll do it with others. But anyway, let's shout out to everybody in the crowd, the millions in the millions. Philly Sports Pride, of course. He knows about facts. Yep. Best show on a Saturday ever. Yep.
Yeah.
Best show at a Saturday at 3 p.m. on YouTube right now. Get over to YouTube. We need all them sweet ass likes and subscribes, baby. Please stop making me beg. Paladin in the house. He knows. He knows what's up. Michael Berry Sr. as well. An OG in the Huge Inverse. Yep. Let's hit you with some Hagrums. Do it properly for everybody we lost recently, sleaze.
So many losses.
Yeah. I'm going to be feeling bad now if I ever goof on Hulk Hogan because, he's not here to give me a leg drop or anything.
Yeah, right.
And remember we went into the whole Hogan tribute and everything last week, and it was amazing. Go watch it if you haven't. But, it's not like we're just like ass kissers out here. We goofed on Hogan for a long, long time, folks. But,
yeah.
I mean, we're reasonable, older gentlemen, and we understand life and the business and all the stuff that you like. We get it. Get it better than you guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if we keep making fun of Hogan, he's just going to come and haunt us in our dreams. Like Cope.
Yeah, that poor Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace, Jack. And all that. Anyway. Dude, yep. He had a few other banger lines that he would say. I've seen a random video of him and the Warrior on the Twitters the other day. And it's like a behind the scenes thing. And he gets right in the character. He's talking about working out with Ultimate Warrior and the Amazon forest and all this. I'm just like, that's what we grew up on. Like, just
I know.
We would do promos, and it was just complete and utter nonsense. But they were so like into it. Yep.
I've been watching so many Hogan videos, and like I totally got taken back when I was like 10 years old. Like eating cereal, and he's talking about like, I was at a mountaintop, dude. Like blah blah blah. And I'm like, yes, with my freaking Captain Crunch.
Yeah, flexing. Yeah. It's a sad time, Even with SummerSlam coming up and everything. The big story right now. Let's just get into it. This Jonathan Cena, he's good now.
Apparently, within 5 minutes of a promo.
That was so weird because I'm thinking this is like a real face turn. At first, I'm like, no, this can't be. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm keeping up with this. Cody Rhodes last week in his calling out the real John Cena. He doesn't want to fight this bad guy, John Cena. He wants to fight the good guy, John Cena. All right. And then John Cena's like, yep, you got it. Like, what? It's so weird to me. I do like this angle on it, though, that this is a way for WWE to give up on their, I mean, this is like the main storyline going. It's for the main championship since WrestleMania, which was dog shit. Remember, I told everybody this. I've never backed down. People are, oh, you know, it's not that bad and this and that. No. It was the shits. It was the worst thing I ever seen.
It's the shits.
That main event capped off, to me, the worst WrestleMania in years. And it was because of Travis Scott. It's because of The Rock. Nothing made any sense. There might have been infighting and all this stuff. Like, that's what the rumors have been over the past few months. But then they go in full blown into the Cena heel deal. And now we're right back to Cena's a good guy. Do you buy this, first of all, Sleaze?
No. I think something's up. I think they made it way too blatant for him to come out and in 5 minutes be like, well, I just changed my mind. It's either there's one of two things that's going to happen. Is that Cena's just going to swerve us all and turn back into bad Cena, which I think is late in this whole, retirement year, or Cody Rhodes is turning heel, which I'd love to see because he needs something. After watching your video that you made 3 or 4 times, I can't do Cody Rhodes anymore. So I'm hoping he turns heel.
Yep. I think I proved my point with that video. Go check it out if you haven't seen that one as well this week. He doesn't want to fight a guy. Right. That's what I hear when I'm listening to these promos. It's always this they say the same stuff over and over and over again. And the air sucking, my goodness. So yeah, this good guy version of Cody Rhodes, it's not working for me, brother. Get him out of here, make him bad. I might like him a little bit more. And look who's here. From England, folks.
Hello, good evening.
Daniel Damage in the house.
Daniel D. Damage.
1, 2, 1, 2. Does it sound all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yep.
A guy got kicked out of some event the other day for wearing a red hat like that. Didn't even say "Make America" anything, anything like that. But I don't know. Maybe it was some sort of Trump MAGA hat. But
God,
I don't know. I just saw that this morning. I'm like, this is we're still doing this, folks.
it's out of control.
Yes, get out of here, Danny. I can't believe you would wear that on the show.
Wow.
Yep. We can't.
That's funny. That's funny because you have a red hat on too.
What?
So. All right, it's the Sleaze Show now. Kicked them both out for their red hats. Can't have that.
All right. Look at me as a bottom.
Yeah. you make a very good bottom.
What? Hold on. Get out of here. See what happens?
Yeah.
You agree, right? I was good kicking him out. We don't need that negativity and toxicity, masculine toxicity, whatever they call it.
He put you over. It's fine.
Oh, he did? All right.
Yeah. By putting you under, but yeah.
Oh, right.
Look at who's the bottom now.
Oh.
Who's childish? It's my birthday. I don't care. I'm not growing up. So
yeah, that's right. Happy
I'm
birthday.
denying this. I'm not even. There's no celebration happening. This is my celebration. Doing this.
There you go. There you go.
You get over here. You go up there.
We got a bot trying to hawk shit on the.
Who's this on Kick?
Yeah.
Trying to invade. Get them out of here. Where's my moderators? That's right. I don't have any. That's right.
He goes, I'm not trying to sell anything, but I'm going to sell something. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, listen, I know all the tricks from these bots. After I got fooled at least 50 times from all the hot chicks that went to my DMs. Fooled every time. Not no more, though. Not anymore. Yeah. I figured it out after that, Stephanie Vaquer one. I was like, oh, wait. Cleaned out my accounts. Oh, well. I thought we were hooking up. I thought she was my girlfriend. Anyway.
Right.
Anyway. So, John Cena. We didn't get the take from Daniel Damage, and I'm not done with these takes on John Cena. This is, first of all, it's stupid in so many ways, but it's also great in a lot of ways. But it's stupid because, again, this is proof that the Vince McMahon days aren't really over. You know how they just cut off storylines and things midstream? The sleaze calls it pivoting. You know, they pivot, but this was like a major pivot into like a whole nother realm.
Yeah.
Do you buy this, Danny Damage? Is this real? Really happening? John Cena's a good guy now?
Probably not. There's hopefully more to it than that, but yeah, it's probably just a bit of a swerve, just a bit of extra buzz before the show, even though pay-per-view numbers don't matter, and it's just for as much attention as possible now to get more adverts on there.
Yep. Because I mean, they drank beers and everything together, like Stone Cold style. We're not buying it though, huh? Beers and everything.
They drank the Hogan beers, if you noticed.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
I don't know.
You've got to build him up. You've got to build him up before you knock him down. And if you want him to go over as an even bigger heel, and he's trying to really push as that. I think he's going to do something like this to just really be like, haha, look, you can't read me anymore, fuckers.
I'm hoping for a Cody turn. I hope this John Cena face turn is real. And it feels like it was. There was some major shade being thrown last night, especially towards Travis Scott there and his role in all of this. We all know that the company is like done a 180 with Travis Scott. They basically replaced him with Jelly Roll. He was supposed to be in WWE 2K as like some dope downloadable thing, which is ridiculous anyway, that you would have somebody, you know, this is like the size of he looks like a buggy whip or something. He's so skinny. He's so tiny. But, you know, they had Machine Gun Kelly in games, I guess. But yeah, overall, I'm loving that they're done with this. They tried it. They said, hey, you know, people were telling me, Dr. Hughes, this is a lot of money for them. Same thing with the Jelly Roll. But Jelly Roll likes wrestling. It seems like he's actually training. This other guy, he wasn't doing shit. And he smacked up Cody Rhodes, actually broke his eardrum, which was confirmed by Cody Rhodes himself recently.
Go fuck yourself!
So that's what I have to say about Travis Scott. And a little bit about The Rock, too. Not completely. I think Travis Scott really goofed this whole the main storyline in all of professional wrestling, goofed it up, had to get involved.
I think too that it seemed like he wasn't very responsive to the stuff they wanted to do with him, so they said fuck him. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting from a lot of the stuff I've read. So fuck him.
Good. His songs suck. I mean, if you don't understand that these are like spells, these songs, just the repetitiveness of it. You know he's into that shit. Come on, everybody wake up. Haven't you been listening to the bald Puff Daddy? I still call him Puff Daddy bodyguard out here. He's telling all kinds of stuff. Have you heard about this, guys? He's saying like that he basically alluding that P. Diddy had a goat's head in his closet on like a stake, and it was like dripping, like a whole like little altar set up in this big closet. And he got out of there and was like, what is this about? And they like got mad at him for asking.
About a goat's head in somebody's closet? I would ask too.
So yeah, there's that type of things I think happening in those worlds. You know, the land of the baby eaters, right? Mm-hmm. So The Rock, are you in the land of the baby eaters, Rock? I mean, you're pretty high up on the food chain. You're doing commercials for Maui with Oprah? Ooh.
Oh, God.
I don't know if I trust that, Rock.
It was the Tooth Fairy, and I don't know what it was he sang it on, but it was when he sang Shake It Off. He did like a karaoke version of Shake It Off. As soon as I saw him singing that, I was like, yeah, you've been bought.
Yeah.
You're at least trying to begin impressing the right people to be bought.
Mm-hmm.
His jacuzzi is filled with baby blood. Right?
And then he
Like
did the
Luke
skit on
Blade.
SNL with the robot that was designed to hurt children. I'll just
Yeah.
What?
YouTube.
Makes sense.
Did you
Yeah.
not see that?
Hold on, repeat that for people like me who are slow on the take.
The Rock did, I'm sure it was Saturday Night Live, but he did a sketch on something where he was a scientist who he either wanted to or he had just invented a robot that hurts children.
That's right. I
Yeah.
do kind of remember this. Yeah, people were very upset about this, but they moved on quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. I always say, and there's a hell of a lot of smoke around the entertainment business. A lot.
And where there's babies, there's eating.
Oh, Cena, you're good though. Now you got to stop that. You quit baby eating, right?
I'm also not going to cook you.
Yeah, I guess not. She's not even gonna cook them. She's gonna straight up eat them.
Yep. Raw baby.
John Cena recognized.
Yep. All right. But Cody Rhodes, hey man, you become the baby eater. That would be cool. Do you think there's no chance of The Rock and Travis Scott coming back, right? Because I kind of believe what's going on right now in the script.
That would be underwhelming, I think. I think people would
Yeah.
rather see something happen with just Cena or just Cody. I think if The Rock and Travis Scott came back, yeah, as soon as you heard the music, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's The Rock, if you were there live. But then very quickly you'd be like, oh shit, but this is what we're going to get. Oh.
They've also been alluding around to troubles between Trips and The Rock. You know, and even in Cena's promo last night, he very underhandedly fucking talked shit about him and Travis. So I doubt it. I think they're telling him to stay away.
The quote is, the only platinum rapper showing up to beat your ass is me. That's what Cena said to Cody Rhodes. Damn, John Cena hitting him with some bars. Yeah, he is. He's a platinum rapper.
Was he really platinum though? I didn't look it up.
Maybe not. Platinum's that's a lot of records, but he was still selling CDs back when people were buying them. So
Yeah.
yeah, this whole streaming thing. You know what? Real quick, little side note. You know, I got this little music venture, and I've actually, that's why I got the little keyboard thing over here. Making some new songs and stuff, and I'm taking all my shit off of streaming. I'm taking all of it off. Even if I was making a decent amount of money on there, I don't even think it's worth it to go that route anymore. Like I think just going physical and like creating a brand around that, and then just putting out to like an underground crowd or whatever. I think that's way better. I think that's what
it's coming back to. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago with even video games and movies and stuff. A lot of these kids are looking for physical copies, which is good. That's the way it should be.
They're stealing a lot of people's stuff too, because there's like AI out here, and they're making AI stuff like these Spotify's and whatnot, and they're like stealing everybody's content. And then you need like something like 80 plays or 100 plays for $1, and then you make like a fraction of that buck. It's crazy.
Did you see Bungie had just been caught out pinching somebody's? It was their graphics that Bungie had used for one of the new games with a menu system, and also the same artist had music as well, and they'd stolen some of that and just tried to get away without giving them anything. But then when someone pointed it out, they were like, "Oh, it was an old person on the team who wasn't with the team anymore, so we didn't see their notes where they found it from." So just fucking greedy.
Not surprising.
Facebook and Meta, I heard a story this week or the past couple of weeks where they're talking about this in hearings and whatnot in the government, and they're like, this isn't fair use what you guys are doing. They're basically, Meta is using like backdoors through Amazon to then steal people's content, and then they sell it. So say you have a book out, they'll push that book down and keep it down so nobody can see it and nobody can buy it. Then take that. What's that noise? The hell happened? All right. Anyway, then they take that property and then they use it for themselves to make as much money as they want.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And, like the government's like going like this, like you really are calling this fair use? Like there's no way that this is fair use. And they have all the emails where they're like, how do we hide this? They're like, well, go through Amazon or go through something else. Just make sure it doesn't come back to Meta. Like, wow. So people are stealing everybody's stuff out here, throwing it in the AI machine, and then it spits out some garbage, and it may have bits of pieces of your stuff in there. And I think Def Rebel got caught up in this recently.
Oh, God.
The sleaze were looking into this a little bit before, but the kids were just like, they use AI, they use AI. It might not be that simple. I mean, they are using AI, but it sounds like they're taking samples that are royalty free from clips online, putting it through an AI machine, distorting it so it's a little different, which to me, I'm like, what's the difference? What's the difference from taking a sample, a royalty free sample, using that, distorting it? That's sampling. So I don't know if that's like use of AI.
Exactly.
But you know what? They should be doing the editing and the creating of the new sample. They shouldn't just be able to generate it from somebody else's. That's a little, I don't know. There's like gray areas with all this stuff, so I got to look further into it. But do you have any thoughts?
But that's always been the thing with sampling is like people have taken samples and distorted them just a little bit just so they can get by the copyright. That's not, I don't think that's what the kids are taking that Def Rebel is doing. You know, it's just simple. That's been done since the beginning of time with music.
Remember Vanilla Ice when he was on Arsenio? Well, it's not the same sample. It's boom, 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 chick.
Yeah,
yeah.
One little tweak and it can be different.
Try getting away with that these days. Yep.
They're getting cheekier with what they get away with sampling. Like quite a few voice acting sort of like roles I've seen advertised online. They don't want someone just for one role that they can just record that voice for. They want you to train AI so the AI can learn what your voice sounds like. So then they never need to hire you or anybody with your voice sound ever again because they've just got a generator that you've trained. And it's quite the same with a few writing jobs as well. They don't want the writers to actually write things at the minute. They just want you to train their AI. So once they put in a prompt for like, we need an article, 2,000 words on X, then it just makes it because you've trained it. Some people have already seen how stupid this is and they're going against it, but some people are still advertising for stuff like that. But they're going to see what they can get away with without being creative. As many uncreative people are going to do that.
Mm.
You want to hear something ridiculous? I had a little TikTok thing myself. So my most recent promotional video had a certain song in it. So I posted it and it said, well, we're going to mute it because that's copyrighted. So then they said you can select different music. So I go to that section and I select the same exact song. And they let me do it. Like, what? What the hell was that?
I'm guessing that's a way so they can keep count of who's using your stuff, because I have I did have a music profile on that. They like took everything away from me on TikTok, and they would always like let me know like who's using my songs in their clips and stuff like that, which is sometimes like the most random people in the world. Like people in Africa were like using it, doing like training videos and stuff, and some of them I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I honestly was like so confused as to what the hell I was doing, because I'm like, okay, you took my song out, but then I put the right song back in. Like it was the same exact timing and everything. Like,
I don't know what the rules are. What the rules seem to be to me with all this platform business, no matter what you're doing or what you're into, they suppress the little guy and they boost the big people or who they consider partners. Right. So you got to become partnered up with these platforms. And if you're not, then you don't even exist to them. They could care less.
It's such a confusing world right now. It's so bad.
Yep. Like even the edits I put up the other day, the Cody Rhodes, totally fine. Shown all over the world. But the other two that I did, both got flagged. Nope, you can't use these ones though, because nobody can see him in Russia. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Who
right.
cares? I don't care if anybody sees it in Russia, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
do they even like wrestling over there? They must have statues of Nikolai Volkov or something.
Yeah, yeah. Ivan Drago, and I don't know.
Back to more SummerSlam talk. This is the greatest SummerSlam ever, folks. Go watch it.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah,
Tremendous.
I think we killed it with this Cena Cody stuff. We told everybody about everything, and I'm gonna say, let's just go big. This is the last match of the weekend, night 2. But Cena is really a good guy, and Cody turns heel. No Rock, no Travis Scott, none of that horse shit. We're just going full good guy, bad guy, and they're just going to reverse roles right in front of everybody's eyes, right in the middle of the year. And it's going to be weird, but it will be something everybody will want to see. So cool. Let's do it. Yep. And how about this? The main event tonight, or might be the main event. Gunther and Punk might be the main event. Jay Roman versus Braun and Braun. For
the bronze.
Yeah, the bronze. I'm not really excited for this. I know they really have been building up Bronson and Braun Breaker to be like the next big things. And look at him. They're stealing Roman Reigns sneakers. They're bullying Jey Uso and just kicking their asses, right? So this tells me that Jey Uso, the Yeetmeister, and the OTC1,
no yeet,
right? Get it? Are going to destroy Braun and Bronson when it's all said and done. How about that?
See, I don't think so. I think the two Brauns are going to win. I think that they're gonna try to build those two guys up even more, and I believe that they're going to win. Yeah. That's me.
Shit.
You sold me at bullying Jey Uso. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
but yeah, Jay will eat the pen. Roman won't. But yeah, it's now time for Roman to make somebody else look really strong. And why wouldn't you with Braun and Braun?
Yep, that's true. That's true. I might have to switch. I'm going to think on this, but Roman Reigns, the rumor had it before all the SummerSlam is he's coming back, and then when SummerSlam is over, he's leaving again because he wants to be, the OTC one in Hollywood now.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he's doing Street Fighter. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
However many years it's been since he came back and got those stupid fake teeth, and it's like, there we go. All of that for Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
So he could play Akuma. And eat babies.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know he was doing it too now.
Well, I mean, he's in Hollywood, right? They all do it. That's what I heard. So,
all right.
I'm going with that.
I thought there was a grace period. You get your foot in the door, you meet a couple people, and then they take you back into a dark room and then make you eat a baby.
That's not how it goes. You get in there, you have some kind of butt stuff. They give you a goat's head on a steak. You put it in your closet, and then
more butt stuff.
More butt stuff.
More baby oils. And next thing you know, you're living large, A-list celebrity.
You're in Diddy's closet with a goat head.
Yeah.
Something up your butt.
Hey, it's not. I didn't say that this happened. His former bodyguard said it happened. Who lives in Africa now because he fled the country. Because of course this isn't real, right? Of course, nothing has ever been real.
Jesus,
hilarious. You think he wants to go live in? He's acting like he does, but I don't know. I think that's more of a bravado thing. He's a big guy. He's a bodyguard type. And he's not in America anymore, like Ellen or any of these other people that fleeing the country. So yep. Anyway, more on that later.
Have you seen pictures of Ellen recently?
Yeah, and you know what? I got to say this real quick. I'm sorry to Steve Kerr for saying she looked like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is so much prettier Then Ellen DeGeneres, it's not even funny. So just got to say that, Steve. Sorry, bro.
She looks like a 75-year-old dude. It's it's very bad.
Really bad. I mean, that latest picture, I know you're talking about that one. It's just, man. Okay, she might have looked like Steve Kerr when she was like 20 or so, in her 20s. Did you know she's also related to the Rockefellers?
That makes sense.
Fun fact.
In a lot of ways. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Again, every time you bring somebody up, they're a baby eater, every single time.
Yeah, but her eating babies didn't work out because her skin looks like shit. So
she looks like a wooden mannequin. That's all I see.
Yeah, she looks like a marionette.
So they say you look like a little old Englishman or something. Yeah, I don't know. These people, a lot of these celebs are in a bad way lately. Speaking more on that, we'll get back to the SummerSlam stuff in a minute. I mean, we can talk wrestling forever. The real life stuff is a kind of more funny because it's true. So like the Shannon Sharpe situation we were talking about, he just got fired from like everything. So at the same time, which I know the media does this on purpose, two of our biggest media guys over here in sports, Danny, Shannon Sharpe and Gilbert Arenas, a football player and a basketball player. They're both football and basketball, but they Shannon Sharpe got because of the OnlyFans girl, and he paid out too to try to hold on to these jobs. You know what I mean? Like, this is the reason he was paying this girl and paid, like, just get out of my life. I don't want you to release anything. Just shut up, go away, so I can keep my deals and my sponsorships and blah, blah, blah. And now he lost ESPN. And Gilbert Arenas got arrested. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about this story because it's.
And Gilbert Arenas got arrested for being a part of a gambling ring.
What the fuck?
He's one of the biggest like podcast media guys in basketball. Awful show. I mean, he played in the league and everything. He was actually really good. But what a knucklehead this guy is. He doesn't even talk about history of the game correctly. It's just, that's my biggest beef with these guys. Not the gambling ring, not him, Shannon Sharpe sleeping with OnlyFans. I could care less about all that. But it's just the way that they go at certain people in the industry. And it always happens to be black dudes. But, Shannon Sharpe should have, I'm not, simping for the guy or anything or feeling any type of sympathy. But like in the meantime, this young girl is now retiring from OnlyFans and is like laughing about it. And everybody's still goofing on Shannon Sharpe and nobody's goofing on her. Like, that's awful that the system and basically a chick can collude and to take your fortune from you. And I'm sure he'll be fine with his career in the future or whatever, but I mean, that's a lot of money. And he left a lot out there as well, because he was creeping up on like $100 million contract.
I believe OnlyFans is one of the signs of the apocalypse. Like, it's really ruining society. It's disgusting. They just came out with something saying a lot of these female wrestlers nowadays are like, they can't wait to get out of wrestling to get a fucking OnlyFans. Like, we're going backwards with women. We really are.
How about the guys that consume it too? I blame them the most.
Oh yeah, they're the most. They're the ones that are funding this crap. But it's so disgusting.
Like, imagine if we could make money just showing our bodies off. Like, how easy that would be. But then again, yeah, I don't know. I know too many people. I'm not.
If I was a hot girl, I'd do it. It's a lot of money. People are making millions of dollars.
All your people's out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I was a female and I was on this show, I would promote that I have an OnlyFans. You want numbers? I'd get us numbers, but I'm not a female.
I don't know. I think Michael Berry Sr. might subscribe.
Oh, he definitely would.
I'm sure he will. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that guy that he spends like millions of dollars on this one OnlyFans girl? and it's viral now. He took his like a phone or an iPad and took it out to eat with him with the girl on the other end, and they had like an interactive dinner. What are we doing as a society?
No yeet to that. That is like, bro.
That's me and Michael Berry Sr. at a KFC soon.
Don't you guys, like these creepy weirdo people out here, don't you realize if you have all that money, you can go get that? It's pretty much out there everywhere. Just go outside. Like, what are you doing? And this guy's going outside with an iPad?
Something like that. He set it up. And I'd have to pull up the video. He set it up in the chair. Maybe it was even like a fucking TV. It was creepy as shit. And the girls on the other end just fucking, they're talking back and forth. He's eating, she's eating. It's one of the weirdest fucking videos I've seen in a while.
I'm old, apparently. I mean, I guess, this birthday thing is settling in. I'm like, farts in the bottle, and the guys are buying this?
Yeah. One of the lasses that did that injured herself by forcing too hard. She tossed something in her stomach because she kept trying to fart in bottles and stuff, and she hurt herself. But no, you're not old. It's not your fault, man. The simplest way, I think, is just if you pay for it, then there's like no chance of them saying no. Whereas if you go and put yourself out there and try chatting a lass up, there's still a chance. Even if you have like, look, I'm a millionaire, there's still a chance you might say no, and that absolutely petrifies some people.
Right. Just
the simplest, not interested, piss off. It's not the end of the world, but to some people, just the thought of that is it's paralyzing. So if everything can be transactional and you can just pay for it, there's no way for them to say no because they're obligated to be nice, and yay, nobody's feelings were hurt. It's sad, it is sad, but don't feel like it's not a you problem. It's not because you're old or any of us are old. That's a them problem, and we'll realize it one day.
It's not that we're old. It's we have morals, like we live in the real world and not this fucking fantasy.
I'm trying to process like buying bathwater and canned farts and streamer girls that have like 10 whales that basically just put them so high up on a pedestal they make so much money. And I got 210 subscribers, I think, as of yesterday.
It's because you don't have tits
or a paddling pool.
Right.
I know people with tits, guys. We can bring them on if that's what we need.
We need to start farting in bottles and selling them.
Yeah. Let's go. Here's the bottle for you.
I'm not even going to sell the fart in the bottle. I want to sell the video of me farting in a bottle. That would be way worth the money.
I saw this Javon Baker, one of the receivers from the New England Patriots, was goofing on this chick, and I look at this comment, and I forget what he said. It was something funny, though. And it was this, like, 500-pound big fat girl talking about eating tacos so she can get the farts going for her fans online. So, yes, Jeffrey Cross, I remember this is all a thing, and yeah, you guys are correct. Everybody's we're way off the rails. This stinks.
You know what really stinks with human beings is that there's no such thing as natural selection. Because a lot of these people need to be purged out.
Yeah. Man, I seen a story the other day off a cop's camera, little chest cams that they wear. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's so over the top crazy, and like people will never hear about this stuff in the news. But I'm telling you, some of these channels on here that have the videos from these cameras are the wild shit. So, yep, like they'd throw me off the air for talking about it, but it's on YouTube. So
it's like the reinvention of Cops, the show. But it's just like there's a shitload more of it because they don't just do like an hour a week or whatever Cops TV show was. It's just Yeah,
Just
silly
imagine
boots, there's loads of it.
catching somebody doing some of like finding them doing some of the, not only the stupidest shit, but like the most evil shit at the same time, being like angry about it. And then this person they get him to the police station, and they like take zero accountability. It's everybody else's fault. And it's just like, wow. Everything about the story was just like over the top ridiculous. And
there's no editing in this stuff anymore. Like Danny said, it's, like Cops, you're not putting it on network TV, you're putting it out on YouTube. That it's everything now. It's not just we chased a guy into somebody else's yard and hemmed him up a little bit.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot worse.
You either get the toothless hillbillies or dwarfs, or everybody's shirtless on Cops too.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, back to SummerSlam stuff. There is more real life stuff we can talk about too in a moment. But SummerSlam, we have Cross and Sammy tonight, which I'm actually looking forward to this because I'm going to really pay attention. Can this Karrion Kross take bumps? Remember that?
Well, Jim Cornette and Brian Last just made a wager on how many bumps that they each thought he was going to take tonight.
So, let's see. I wonder who's going to win that. But, I mean, this whole thing it's a good feud. I think it's a good build, especially what they did like a week ago. Face to face, kind of like, are you lying? It's a typical wrestling angle. So I appreciate all that. But in real life, the news is that Kross isn't re-signed yet, so he might be gone after August.
Or he might put on one hell of a show tonight and have a bargaining chip. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people wait until the last minute because they want to prove something or, negotiate. Yeah. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
I wouldn't think so, especially at his height that they've pushed him at this point. They're going to keep him all that time, and now when he's at his biggest, they're going to let him go.
No,
I don't believe that.
They're not going to do that.
And then he put out a video right after Raw with our boy, Kevin Sullivan, came on many times back in the day. And like I said, of course, he passed away right before I started the show up again. I'm like, that would have been awesome to have him to talk to.
He was a good dude. Kevin Sullivan was a really good dude.
Yep. Very super down to earth. So yeah, it's funny. I'm listening to what he's telling Karrion Kross about wrestling, how awesome he is and blah, 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 blah. Right. And I'm like, he said the same shit to me basically about podcasting and all this. Yeah. And he's like, I should have recorded it. Nobody's going to believe me now, but that's actually true. So, yeah. Come on, Kevin. Get back to reincarnate or something and come back to me, Prince of Darkness.
It's not going to be him. It's going to be Hogan.
Yeah.
Jesus. I heard the little, it was creepy.
That's for you, Hulkster. All right. I hope that makes everybody mad online. Hope everybody's really mad about it.
Are they still really mad?
It's
some people, yep.
Yeah, but it's calmed down a lot. I think people are realizing, hey, we're celebrating the character and not the personal shit.
Mm-hmm. And then Trump awarded Triple H with something, and just the IWC just got even more upset again.
Well, don't forget, there was this one black dude from NXT. I've never heard of him, so I don't know if he's made it to TV yet or anything. But he was made a whole post and put out the actual quote that Hogan said in the hotel room with Bubba's wife. Not even a hotel room. It was at their house. So, yep. He wasn't happy about it. It's been since deleted. So, of course, somebody must have gotten to him. Listen, a lot of these people in WWE that put out these statements and posts and things, they're young. They're going to, they're going to react to things. They're going to do stuff and then they're going to delete it. That's fine.
Well, we sort of alluded to that last week when we were doing our little Hogan tribute, that these kids didn't grow up like we did with Hogan and saw the magnitude and the business boom and all that stuff. They don't see, they didn't physically see everything that he put into the business. You know, so if you're like 20 years old and younger, you see the racist Hogan, I'm sorry, and all the personal shit that he went through. You didn't see him like we did.
Mm-hmm. It's like Larry Bird in a way, without all the racist stuff. Even though he would talk mad shit on the court, and he'd call all the guys, and this is in the 80s too. He'd be like, "Watch this, bro," and they'd be like, "You just call me bro."
Right.
So yeah,
it's different.
Yeah.
This generation of even wrestlers are, you know, they're young. They're in their 20s. They don't know Hogan.
Do they? They know Jelly Roll though. They probably respect Jelly Roll more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul with his buddy Randy K. Orton. What's that, K? Kevin?
I don't know.
Kenneth? Randall? Kenneth?
Kenneth.
Kenneth.
I thought it was Randy Knockout. No?
I want to believe it's Kenneth now.
All right.
Kenneth or Kendall or something like that.
Kendall. That's even worse.
Randy Karen Owens.
Keith, I think. Is it Keith?
Yeah.
Keith.
So, I mean, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm sure some people are. Every build that they keep making with this just makes me cringe. So last night, Jelly Roll or Logan Paul and McIntyre in the ring. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with Logan Paul now. He's acting like he's the wrestler with the celebrity coming in. He's really hamming that part up. Like, you're not a wrestler. Not like me and Drew McIntyre that have been doing this for our whole lives and blah, blah, blah. Like going in. So I see what the WWE has done here. They've finally gotten Logan Paul over with me because ever since it's almost like I don't care if he's athletic and he can do things and whatever. There's a lot of people that can do that. So that spot should be for somebody else. But now they've finally written him into a role that's proper, that makes sense, that now you can dislike him. But for the people like me that like the bad guys, it's like finally he's being like a real bad guy in wrestling. You know, he's totally flipping the script of like, this is, oh, who are you to come in here and get into this? So I like Drew McIntyre, of course. Logan Paul's is over with me right now. And Jelly Roll comes out of the truck backstage like, we're going to confront these guys. And then, of course, they're like, oh, you can't do shit by yourself. And then he slams on the trunk. And then who comes out? Randy Orton. And I just went, ooh, I'm cringed out to the max.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. I agree with the Logan Paul stuff. He was a good heel before. You know, I've liked him, but this is making him a professional wrestler now. And it's genius that they did this.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Danny? You liking that story? What you're hearing about Logan? He's over now.
Well, with you, I've always said he's a good prick. He's got a slappable face and attitude, and he's really good at being a prick. He knows how to wind a crowd up. So yeah, I'm not surprised with that, and it is funny that he's like just turned that around now, and he's just like, "Oh, you to come into this business? We're the wrestlers, and you're just a phony." That's that's good. It's typical classic heel where there is actually a nugget of truth in what they're saying, so you can't really push back against their argument because they're not wrong, but they're being a dick about it. So you're going to apparently cheer when they get their ass kicked.
Yeah,
but Jelly Roll. If it was meant to be with the other guy and Jelly Roll wasn't meant to be involved, and they've just forced having some sort of like celebrity crossover, I think that's a bit shite because you don't need that, as I've said so many times. There's just too many adverts anyway, and that's all it is. It's just that guy being advertised again, and the WWE hoping that all of his fans tune in to watch him on the wrestling show, and that they'll stop thinking wrestling's shit and fake. But they won't. They'll just be like, "Oh, our pal Jelly Roll's on that shit fake wrestling thing. Cool."
Mm-hmm.
So,
listen, guys, get retweeting, get liking this. I'm about to drop a bomb on you right now, Jelly Roll. I'm sure you're a great guy and all this stuff. I'll never know, but you know, I can't root for a guy that I think is possibly, allegedly in a boxing ring, maybe a cuckold. Okay. I'm not cheering for that. So I think that's possibly that's one of the few things I think I know about him. And yeah, hey, it is what it is. Hey, if you got your thing going on, you got open marriages and stuff, that's cool, whatever. But you know, I'm not saying it's a fact either. This is just stuff that I've heard, and maybe it's false, but maybe.
So when someone's a cuck, that's when you draw the line.
I always draw the line at cuckolding. Right. That's why I said no more Bubba the Love Sponge. I was never a Bubba the Love Sponge fan, but I was like, you let the brother bang your wife, dude?
Oh.
That's you.
He's a cuck.
He's the one doing the cucking. Yeah.
The cucking. He's not the cucker. Is that a thing? A cucker?
I don't know. These are new words to me. But Hulk Hogan.
So
he wasn't the guy in the cuck chair.
So
he was the one doing it.
Right.
He was like this brother.
He was the cucker.
Missionary style brother.
So you agree? You're fine with somebody that eats babies, but not cucking.
No, I'm not fine with eating babies either.
Oh, okay.
This
I just want to clarify.
Above that, as far as the chain of what I like and what I don't like. I'm just saying, you know, if Jelly Roll's doing that type of stuff, diddying and all this, maybe not as hardcore as Diddy does. Listen, again, I don't trust any of these celebrities, sleaze. Nobody is just allowed to just get into Hollywood anymore. I think we've all grown up, right? This isn't how it works, where you just somebody found me and they liked my stuff, and now everybody's going to push my stuff all over the world and they're going to pay me for it. Nope. Doesn't work like that.
So you really wouldn't like if somebody was eating a baby and then somebody was cucking, watching someone eat a baby, like a baby eating cuck, if you will. You really wouldn't like that.
No, we shouldn't mix the two. You see?
Okay. That
would
really
be
bad.
Extra bad, which is, I think that's when you start getting down even further into these rabbit holes of Hollywood. But we're not doing that because the police will come. The YouTube police will pick us up.
Right. Because I see The Rock as like a baby eater cuck.
What?
Yeah. Now that he's gotten his cousin Roman in and he had to eat a baby, I'm sure he was in a chair watching Roman eat a baby.
This is going straight to Patreon,
hypothetically,
folks. This episode.
Hypothetically.
You know, don't speak to The Rock like that. Did you hear there was a tsunami in Maui this week, like earlier in the week, and people were trying to head for the hills, right? And Oprah owned like one of the only roads on this island that went up into a hill, and then they had to like shame her online for her to open up the police barricade basically to the road. Oh, I love this world, sleaze.
She's got to be the grand wizard of all that. Like she has to be. Oprah is evil as hell.
Yeah, allegedly, right?
Supposedly, don't kill me, Oprah.
I don't want. You want to move to Nigeria, sleaze, like Diddy's bodyguard?
I think I'm going to have to after this episode. I'm talking about baby cucking and Oprah.
Yeah.
I got to stop. Somebody stop.
All right, stop. That's right, Paladin. We're going down the rabbit hole now. We're going into the sleaze vortex. But all right, let's go back into RK Roll. Again, I don't even care who wins this, but it's got to be Jelly Roll. It's got to be Randy Orton. That's who's winning this. Going over huge. Everybody has a great time. Yay. And that's it.
Do you think we're going to see Orton with a stupid out of nowhere moment, probably from Logan Paul going for like a 450 or something?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. SummerSlam's the time for Orton to do his extra RKOs.
I think that'll be the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
What, did you just pee?
No, I got cramp in my leg. I've got a PC case. I've got another PC case under my desk. So
okay.
It's
That's
really
fine.
cramped, and then my hamstring just decided to.
Then you got a cramp.
to give me grief. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Fucking old guy shit.
Maybe this match will perk you up. The Stratton Cargill match, and of course they had him out there last week, looking great, looking fine. Stratton, of course, can go in the ring, because we're analysts, we're journalists, we know these things. But Jade Cargill cannot go in the ring, if you know what I mean. She's okay, but she does fudge a lot of stuff up, doesn't she, Brett?
It's the shits.
Yep. Has she not gotten any better?
No.
No. Oh dear.
No. A teeny bit, and unfortunately, my prediction is her. I think they're going to put the belt on her, unfortunately. And it's going to be one of the most underwhelming title reigns we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's not the time to give her the belt at all if we're just focusing on the in-ring stuff. But if they believe that she's the next again, it's almost like there's levels to this, but the pinnacle is the Travis Scott stuff that happened at Mania where they sold out. Like they sold out the WrestleMania main event and the main storyline in all of wrestling for a stupid rapper kid that they thought they could make money off of because of their fans. So it's like one of those type of things, but this is a little lower because it's Jade Cargill. She still has the great look and all this stuff, but she sucks in the ring, and she can't be she's not a championship in-ring wrestler that we can have out there. It's going to be another one of these champions that they keep off of TV and go, look at how great she looks. And look at this entrance and all this stuff. And then when it comes down to it, it's going to be Jey Uso in these main events. Main event Jey Uso? No. Not again.
No, and it's one of those that she doesn't have anything that makes her championship material. It's like Io Sky, for instance. She can barely speak English, so her promos aren't that great, but she's fantastic in the ring. So she makes up for it in that way. Jade Cargill has nothing that she has a weakness, but she has this. There's nothing. There's no promo. Her wrestling is lackadaisical. Maybe just her look, whatever. But it's not enough to be a champion. I don't know what they're thinking.
I think they see her like not just an ambassador, but it's the look. That's what they like. They want to be able to send her places with that belt, looking how she looks, having that presence and the aura, and just being like, hey, everyone, come over to WWE and watch it because you'll see superstars like me. Hopefully not wrestle, but you'll see me there.
Then give her a manager, They basically just gave Julia one. So why not get another female wrestler that can talk and have her do that for Jade? It's the only sense that can be made out of this whole freaking Jade Cargill thing.
It's just two hot chicks wrestling, man. That's all I know that's happening later. So,
but at least Tiffany can pull off a promo for the most part. She's getting better. At least she can talk. And she's great in the ring.
Yep.
It's just Jade. It's terrible.
So you guys looking forward to that? Michael Berry says, I don't think Jade Cargill's gimmick should be that of a mute. I think, she should be a mute. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. With a mouthpiece.
I'm fine with that. And then maybe also it'll be some kind of mysterious backstage, long-term flu or something that just takes away your voice. And then it can hit Rhea Ripley as well. And like it will spread through the locker room a little bit because Rhea Ripley just keeps breaking the law out here. I thought I made it official months ago. You're not allowed to touch a mic, Rhea Ripley. Oh, the hell, man. Some guy wrote on Twitter this week and made a post, of course, rage baiting everybody, and it worked. And he's like, I stopped these foreign women
and she
from...
keeps doing it. How many times
What's that?
do you have to say it?
Uh-oh. Is he coming in from the future or like in the past?
I think so. That was a bit strange on my end as well.
Uh-oh, Sleaze. Where'd you go, Sleaze?
Oh, we've stuck in the past. We've lost him.
Yeah. That was crazy. I thought, I'm like, is he possessed? How dare you cut me off, Sleaze? But my point was, this guy was making saying he didn't want no foreign women talking in his wrestling anymore and blah, blah, blah. And one of them was Rhea Ripley because he can't understand what they're saying. And one of them was Rhea Ripley, which was great. Let's get rid of you. Look at you.
Yeah.
On twice.
Oh, there we go.
All right. I don't like change.
I think it was Kevin Dunn that felt that way about Becky Lynch as well in the early days. He couldn't understand her and was just, she may as well have been foreign to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Becky Lynch. But I'll take those promos where she was all like, remember she was talking like a deep voice, Becky Lynch, and she turned into the air sucking the man. Once she turned into the man, the air started to suck. She'd suck all the air out of the arena. No oxygen left for anybody. Just like Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. He sucked that girl with asthma's air all out of her lungs. That's the man.
Supposedly Becky Lynch has new music this weekend, which is, I hate her fucking music. I think once I hear her music, it just turns me off even before she starts.
Nope.
He was
Becky
getting
Lynch,
into it. He was getting into it.
She's time traveled to stop him.
But we would just talk. Oh, and he sped up. There he is. You're back.
Yeah. It's the opposite for you guys. You guys are in slow motion. I don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
I heard I haven't tried it on this software. But Danny shouldn't be coming in. He shouldn't be coming in so good, right? Are you all right, Danny?
Yeah.
You're still ghostly.
Yeah, no, that's always going to be the case. But I witnessed the same as you, Sleaze, got stuck and then caught up. I didn't see Doc being in slow motion or anything.
Yeah, that's all, no biggie. But
so weird.
Becky Lynch, new music, probably going to be AI, some form of that.
If it's Def Rebel, it will be.
Yeah, that's another match that's happening. Did I even write that down? That's the man, Becky Lynch and Lyra. I did write it. I just wrote Bex and Lyra. So there's a whole thing going on with Bayley. Bayley seems like she's being pushed out and being turned into Natalia, like for real. And who knows? Maybe she shows up. She turns heel again. Something needs to happen with a lot of these people. There's too many wrestlers. So we gotta. If you've been in the business now for like 7+ years, especially, you better start jazzing it up and doing new things like Charlotte Flair, who's another one that's in a match this weekend with Alexa Bliss. They have a whole new group going together. They're not friends. They even wear shirts that say it. They play around with each other. That's what friends do, right? They're really trying to put it over like this. Are you guys buying it? Because I am. I think most people are, that Charlotte's cool now.
Yeah, they've done a good job of turning that around.
I haven't seen it on the show, but I just saw that it happened. That's it. Yeah, it's something new, I suppose, so give it a chance.
Yeah, and Alexa Bliss is out here taking cutesy pictures with everybody all weekend. It's SummerSlam. They're meeting all their wrestlers that they, they're paying however much to meet him. I wonder how much a meet and greet must cost. Probably like $200, right? If you know in the chat, let us know. But
It's got to be. If they're charging what they're charging for seats, getting a picture has got to be astronomical.
It's wild, man. Hundreds of dollars to meet somebody for like under a minute, maybe even 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I like spending my money on good shit.
Yeah, like I'm spending $200 to meet Rhea Ripley. She better be giving me a lap dance or something. Yeah. At least,
and not talk. Don't talk to me, Rhea Ripley.
Just turn around and shake it. Yep. Which is another topic that came up recently. Drew McIntyre was on Logan Paul's show, and he's like, I was getting tons of engagement, talking about Twitter and stuff. It's like the only thing I can think of that gets more engagement than me is Rhea Ripley's ass. And they were all like, "Whoa, ha ha ha," And then of course,
but then the internet went ape shit over it.
Oh, yeah. And they all ran the Rhea Ripley. This is what they do. Oh, that's outrageous what you said. And then they all go to the person and go, look at what they said about you. And she's like, yeah, I don't care. It's whatever. It was kind of funny. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's true.
She could take a joke, like unlike most of the people.
Yep. You better have thick skin out here, especially if you're a celebrity. And from the most part, from what I've seen from a lot of these people, they're great company men. They're out here. They're signing for people. They're not having great days all the time. They're constantly traveling and in airports and everybody. John Cena, there was a clip of him just the other day. He's in a suit, probably going to a restaurant or something, coming out of one. And there's just a line of people. He had to make a line. He's like, all right, everybody make a line. And he signed for everybody on the fucking sidewalk. And it's like, wow, like there's some people, it's, I get that's what you should be doing, but you shouldn't have to do it, just to be like, he's a good guy, right? He maybe wants to spend that hour doing something else for once.
Yeah, I don't agree when they're doing their personal stuff when people run up and shit. I think I would have a problem with that. But if I'm at a signing or something, I'm going to get to every single person that comes, But I don't want to be coming out of friggin' McDonald's and have 15 people want me to sign their fucking shit. Like, that's a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Especially knowing so many of those are going to end up on eBay anyway. And they're not even there because somebody's a fan.
Right. Yep. Stupid.
I wonder if that's what they go by. I don't know the actual prices of any of these things, but Punk charging $110 is ridiculous, Michael Berry Sr. says. And yeah, I agree. I think any pro wrestler getting more than like $40 is kind of crazy. And I understand everything is super inflated these days, but that's all you're doing is writing your name and taking a picture with somebody and going next. So, but
I think I think it goes to what you guys said too about putting stuff on eBay and selling it. Maybe they just want their cut. Like Jesus Christ, if you're going to sell, a photograph of me with my autograph, I'm going to charge you $200 because I know you're going to go and get fucking $400 for it. It's the only way it makes sense to me.
Yep. But I'll tell you, I know a little about this selling and buying of collectibles and things. And I've always known ever since I was a kid that the sellers are trash and they're a bunch of thieves for the most part. Not all of them, but especially in collectibles. And then the buyers these days are also thieves and also douchebags, and sometimes bigger douchebags than the buyers now because they don't even factor in, how you acquire these items. Now you got to package it up. Now you got to send it out. You got to do all this stuff, and they think that you're working for them. It's like, no. I'm just sending you something for you paying me for it. But people, they're very entitled these days.
Gross.
And with WWE and TKO, hey, if he's got a line out the door, CM Punk for $110, that's wild. All right, We're getting rid of you again. Look, he's back.
Oh, Jesus.
Piece of shit.
I've made over 40K.
Oh my
in
God,
2
is it
months.
stuck on the screen now?
Oh, God. I
How
hope
did
so.
that happen? There we
We're
go.
advertising for this asshole.
Yeah, don't use it. It's a scam. Scam bots. Yeah, so I went to use Rumble instead of TikTok today because they won't let us on TikTok. And I'm done with Twitch as far as like using the show on Twitch. Maybe someday I'll put the show on Twitch. But, you know, and then everybody, all the people that are here, like the old timers will come in through Twitch. And I'm like, stop using Twitch. Use YouTube, like Christopher Killer 303. He knows what's up. Shout out to you. Don't forget to hit the like button, Chris, and everybody else out there. We're doing this all for you guys. You don't want to go and sit and listen to fucking Sam Roberts and who's the other guy? Rosenberg. You want to listen to Rosenberg over this? Okay.
Recently I've tried to listen to some of these other ones that are somewhat popular. I won't name them because I don't want to talk shit. They're bad. They're really bad. They're not funny. They barely know the business, and it's really fucking boring.
Mm-hmm. That's my thing. That takeaway is just the boredom that I get when I'm going in. I'm checking out all these other. Everybody's got a wrestling podcast these days to talk about wrestling. That's not what this is. We're doing a comedy show, and we just happen to like wrestling. But these other shows, man, they are so boring. They don't do anything. They don't even scream.
No,
ever.
Shit.
Like, where's the hype? Why are you so tired, everybody? And then it's just like, and then yep, we got John Cena and Cody Rhodes. You like them?
I
don't like them.
No.
Do you like him? I don't like him. I like John Cena, and I think John Cena's gonna. This is what it sounds like, everybody.
Yeah.
I was just doing a gimmick right there.
Yeah.
Barry Senior.
It's very creepy the way most of them sound. Very creepy.
But they've got adverts and live reads to do, which are all just eventually part of the WWE advertising umbrella, because they're all characters and personalities that they use. So it's all just that one big back scratch.
Yeah. I would be like Howard Stern back in the 2000s. If I had to do live reads, I'd be like saying cunt during it.
Well, a lot of these too, we've said it in the past, is a lot of just sucking balls. It's just like, oh my God, well, every organization is just fantastic and every wrestler is fantastic and everyone's great. And how much more can I suck? Certain things.
That's actually a note I have somewhere. Where is that? Okay, so I wrote down like the show has to go into audience finder mode again. I've kind of been in that for a while now, which means like I have to find the audience because these platforms aren't pushing us to anybody. And how are we going to do this, right? So basically, we got to find the audience. The numbers will increase slightly, which makes more people show up because I just know. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but I've talked to kids and everybody, and they only care about the numbers. So you could have the most bangingest, funniest, greatest show of all time, but if you don't have the numbers to back that, nobody cares. So that's not how things used to work when we were growing up. It was literally the opposite. But now we need numbers, and that's why we're constantly saying, subscribe and go over here and do this and hit the buttons and all this. It's like 100% necessary. So my plan is to just continue to spit things out, at least one thing a day on YouTube, a podcast, a live stream, or a clip, and we're just going to be in audience finder mode. And everybody in this audience right now, all the Barry Seniors and Paladins and Christophers, Go out there and preach the gospel. That's right. That's how we did it the first time around. It worked very well. But
You know what I'd like to do? If I had multi-millions of dollars, I would like to buy ad space on all of these shitty podcasts and just advertise this show and say how much the show they're watching or listening to sucks, and then pull them over. Genius.
All right. We'll work on getting that millions. Do this.
I'm working on it.
Then you'll be like, oh, who cares about that stupid show? I already got millions of dollars.
No, I'm dedicated to the show. I'm dedicated to the audience. I want them to get premium things, and we need to spread our word, and I'd be willing to give millions of dollars for that if I had it.
How much are you giving, Danny? Should I come up with a plate every week? Some podcasters do that. I'm not shitting you. They will come out with a plate like they're in church and go, all right, let's hit the goal.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it feels a bit dirty, doesn't it? In a way, I don't know. It's like busking, but not busking. It's you know.
Oh, Michael Berry Sr. thinks you're very naughty.
I'm very naughty. Oh,
Naughty.
naughty.
He's very naughty.
Oh my God, a non-bot from Kick. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello, word we can't speak. Naxho.
Naxho
Shout out
peanut.
to you, Naxho. Yep. Yep. We got
What do
fans
you-
all over the world, all over the internet.
I want to see what Naxho has to say next.
We just high's good enough. I'll take that.
Okay.
This is an interactive show, Naxho. Mm-hmm.
I like
Are
saying
we
that,
being
Naxho.
viewed by AI? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
AI is the new audience that you found.
Oh,
That
there
would
we
be
go.
Cool. They know what's funny. You know,
All right, I'm
anybody
keeping
else
my
that-
millions now.
All right.
Oh,
Look at this.
oh.
He's speaking. Hello, how are you? I don't speak much English, but I don't know anything. Haha. I only know the basics. I'm learning. I only know Spanish. Well, welcome. Yo hablo español pequeño.
Bibliotech.
Oh man, I wish I had my Don Callis samples this week. I'm in the works with him, where he just screams "No bueno" and "Muy guapo." Yo muy guapo. That's me. Oh. Muy guapo, muy bueno. Hasta la vista, baby.
Right.
I don't know the alphabet in English. How about that? If they didn't turn that shit into
No
a song,
bueno.
I would have never remembered any of that.
No,
I think I know how to count to like 8 in Spanish.
Mhm. You would go ahead, try it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nueve cien.
Nueve
Nueve.
Diez.
100.
Wait, Diaz. I said
Diaz.
cien. What's cien? 100, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Holy crap. I can't count that high.
See, look at this. Look, Kick's in the house. Now I'm understanding you. Now I'm not understanding you at all. Okay. We
just spoke Spanish.
Keep speaking the King's Spanish here. Remember, I remember. I
Wow.
know you know Ray. Remember, I used to ask him about the ride he went on at Six Flags, Batmanos ride, and he always got a kick out of that because he's like, "You don't know what you're saying, do you?" And I'm like, "Batmanos." I thought I was goofing on like Spanish language. He's like, "That's bat hands." The bat hands ride.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can
Hey.
your new words. You think they're new words, but they're not new words.
Right. You tried. Good effort.
Oh,
What the fuck is this?
Espanol. Speak in Espanol. Puedo. I don't know what puedo means though. I know I should from class, but I don't. Too old for that now.
I took French. I didn't take Spanish.
Mm-hmm. And all you know is
What is
weed,
Play-Doh?
right?
It sounds like pedo.
All right.
It's Diaz.
Anyway,
This is fun.
how about this for a little news item for the folks? We got Christian Wilkins from the Raiders, a football team over here, Danny. This big ass dude, right? One of the big guys in the trenches. He got released from the Raiders because he was kissing guys on the top of their heads in a playful manner. And then he was tickling men's feet in the locker room. And then he's on video in multiple ball games. He really liked that Josh Allen trying to stick his face in his booty after tackling him. Then he's putting his hands in dudes' asses while they're all in piles in the field. So I don't know. It's a wild story. Wow. I seen a video of him doing a jumping split, and he's like, like 300 something pounds. So
is he trans? Have we checked that?
There's something going on. But
it's fucking weird.
He maybe just got anxiety, like the guy from the Fantastic Four. You just have to say you've got anxiety, and you get to go around touching people. Apparently,
oh, that's right. Yeah,
Mr.
Fantastic is like. It looks like Sue Storm, the actress and the actor, are like together in real life. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it was a lot of
If I was her husband, I'd be pissed.
Did you see the clip of Willem Dafoe?
Oh, that's a big thing online.
Mm-hmm. Which clip?
Where Pedro Pascal is touching Willem Dafoe's missus. Mm-hmm. And he gets a bit handsy, and Willem Dafoe stares daggers at him. He's like, "Oh, fucking hell, you wouldn't want that."
Yep. I did see that.
I think that's a scam. I think Pedro Pascal that's a scam.
What?
I think he's just a pervert.
Oh
yeah.
Him having to be touched and all that fucking weird shit. I don't know.
You know what, ladies? If you're like 8, 9, Hollywood 10, and all this, I need that too. We all do. How about that?
We all do. Yeah. For my mental health. I'm not stable.
I don't think getting to play the role of horny Jack Russell dog is like a good excuse. Just like, oh yeah, I'm anxious. Then just starts going on him. It's a shit excuse. I'm not buying it. And the way that's the one. The way he's been astroturfed into everything as well. It's like a friend keeps bringing him round, and it's like, look, we don't like this inappropriate guy. He keeps like chatting too many people up and just aggravating him. Leave him alone. But they keep putting him in stuff, and it's just like, yeah, we're going to have to deal with it now.
Where's Kang?
He's definitely eating babies.
He's got to be up to something.
Oh, Kang's out of he's out of the fucking picture. That dude fucked that up.
So Robert Downey Jr. didn't fuck it. He did it longer ago. The crazy stuff he did, I guess.
Well, he was found in a child's bed, wasn't he? Like,
oh yeah,
from a bender the previous night. Did we ever find out if there was a baby in the bed when he got in there and he woke up and it's like, what baby? Oops, excuse me.
Oh, what? I see what you did. I see what you did there. Yep. I'm sure nobody checked. But they found out about that incident and they're like, you know what? This guy's Hollywood material again. Let's go. But all right, take it easy, sleaze. You got to be off.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta run. Hope you guys have a good rest of the show. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, go follow the sleaze all over the interwebs.
Adios.
Do everything I say.
Yes, at the SLZ52. Follow, share, subscribe. All right, guys. Check you later.
Bro. See you soon.
Yep. Wow, that was an hour and a half, man. That zoomed by. We must have been killing it. Must have been destroying it.
Chopping it up with bits of non-wrestling, I think, just helps in that way.
Definitely helps. Helps me because, when you read like 5 different wrestling stories in a row, to me, I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like, I can't take no more. And I know you guys can't out here. You
Did
like
you
the
cover-
one with the red cap? You're racist. Is it because I'm Spanish? I'm Spanish too. How about that? Right, Danny? Tell him. Get like and subscribe and Nacho. Noxo. Close enough. I can see these things come Spanish, Danny.
See, senor. There you go. Did you see about Vince's? Well, did you cover about Vince's fender bender?
No, I have it in the notes now.
Right. Okay. I didn't know if I missed
Go
that at the
ahead.
beginning. Well,
Tell us
all I know is that he was out in his car and he crashed into someone, and he's having to go to court now. And I don't know why he was driving at that age, and you've got all that money and a Bentley or whatever his vehicle is. Surely you just get someone else to drive you around. I'm sure that's what he used to do before. So I don't know why he was out in his vehicle, but if he's out of control in it, then yeah, maybe he needs to just stop it. He's getting on a bit now, isn't he?
2024 Bentley, which is like what? I don't even know how much that would cost. Like probably a $300,000 car or something stupid. And he crashed into a BMW with a dog in it. Poor dog. He's all scared.
That sucks.
But I think they're all right. And I just realized you're wearing a red cap too. So all this means to me is you don't like the sleaze. So that's fine. I think that's hilarious. Haha, sleaze. See, you may have Michael Berry Sr. on your side, but I got Nacho. I'm going with Nacho. Nacho on my side, just like in Breaking Bad, bro. Or Better Call Saul, one of them shows. My hat says fearless, yeah, on the back. It actually says fearful. That's, yeah. I'm scared of everything.
So what was the outcome of the Vince case? Because, sorry, I asked the question and set you up for it, but I didn't even know the full story.
He's going into court over this, and, you know, it was an accident. Seemed pretty serious. Not like the worst thing you ever seen, like as far as damage or anything, but, you know, I just hear Bentley, 2024 Bentley, and I'm like, that guy. Like, you know, that's more than my house. You know, shut up, Braun Breaker. Barking again. Yep. So, all right. What do we have next? Anyway, Vince is fine. Don't worry about it. He's here forever. Okay. No, but he's going to outlast all the wrestlers. Him and Ric Flair. They're just going to be floating heads in like a, like this, like out of water.
Yeah, his one was like 100 or something. He's not going anytime soon.
No, they know some secret. They got some secret fountain, or what was that thing Ra's al Ghul does in the Lazarus Pit in Batman? They just dip themselves, takes baths in it every other day. Yeah. So here's a story: Triple H at the White House. To make kids healthy again or something. You know, it's all about making something happen again. So Triple H is at the White House, and the only clip I saw the main clip, but I didn't really pay attention to that. The clip that I thought was the best was when he's standing next to and behind Trump, and he gets a question about that E.P. Stein guy, and Triple H is just all of a sudden like when the answers are being shot back to the press, he's like, his facial. He was giving off, when he's storytelling over there with his facials, and he was like, I don't know if he buys it. I don't know if anybody's really buying this stuff. Aliens are about to show up, Danny. There's a mothership in our galaxy or universe or whatever that's getting really, really close to us. It's near the sun, but we get close to the sun sometimes. Only a third planet away from it, supposedly. And this mothership it's creeping up on us, bro. Right? Just every time Epstein guy gets brought up, UFOs pop up, and we got to be worried about all this stuff.
it's an interesting time to be on the planet, so I can certainly understand why they'd be approaching us like slowly and just coincidentally every time something is talked about that people don't want us to talk about. I completely understand. Yeah, it seems plausible. What I'd heard about this situation, though, was that it wasn't originally Triple H that was asked to do this role. It was Double H, Hulk Hogan. He was going to come and start telling all the kids to take the vitamins, say the prayers, and that's how you get healthy. But yeah, so just quick last-minute alteration, and this is now we've got Triple H doing it instead.
Wow, that's right. That makes complete sense. That is what was happening. The brother was supposed to be the health and fitness guy. Like, look at me. 30 back surgeries and stuff. But yeah. Because when I'm like, Triple H, why Triple H? I get that he's into fitness or he was into bodybuilding, but that's not necessarily fitness. That's more like steroids. I'm all fuzzy now because of you, Hogan. Show the people. They're selling these again, too. Did you see that?
I'm not surprised. I didn't see it, but I'm not surprised that they're just cashing in on as much Hulk Hogan stuff as possible.
Yep. They're like, oh, by the way, we're reselling all the LJNN toys from the 80s. And we're going to start off with Hulk Hogan. And it's a little different. It's a lot cleaner looking, but, I like these originals. And you know what? They don't even move, really. You got to bend them, to do things. And they're pretty heavy compared to all the rest. But these are old school, man. I mean, there's no joints or anything. It still stands to this day. To this day. Look at that.
Nice.
That's right. Come on, camera. We did it. All right, so Triple H at the White House. And, of course, that pissed everybody off. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody very mad. Triple H, how dare he, go see the president and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come on. But the thing that makes me angry with Triple H is he was caught saying, I guess this was on Unreal or whatever. He was talking about the audience and he's like, it's 60% male, 40% female. And we know, Danny, that half the male audience at least are beta max. They are beta to the max. They are not like male men, actual men's men. So now we're dealing with, that leaves us with 70% basically female, we can say, right? So I don't like those numbers.
I'm not surprised, though. It previously said something about women's wrestling is where it's at now, or women. It made a comment about it being like women good wrestling, men bad nowadays. And I thought, that's not just because you don't get to wear the trousers at home because there's a McMahon that you're married to and you've got 3 daughters. I thought, I bet he's seen the numbers, and because of all the extra stuff they put out that looks just like reality TV, or that's the audience that he's currently aiming for to try and get as many women over as possible, is pandering to the women, and the beta men, like you just pointed out, but just primarily that female reality TV chasing thing, audience. And as soon as it said that about women's wrestling is like the best at the minute or better than the men's, I was like, yeah, that's what you're doing. You've just fucked off the whole let's get the wrestling crowd in, which we've all on the show said previously. But it's the reality TV crowd is trying to get in. And if it's pandering to lasses like that, it's, I don't know, maybe just trying to recreate some Total Divas time, because a lot of lasses got interested in wrestling then, didn't they, to watch Nikki and Brie and John Moxley pretend to be
yeah, and this Unreal stuff, I'm not watching it. I refuse. There's already too much wrestling that I don't watch, and if I'm going to watch more wrestling, it's going to be the actual wrestling product. It's not going to be their backstage, and who knows, a lot of that is most likely works and stuff too, but I've never cared about any of these people's personal lives. I don't want to not be able to suspend my disbelief on certain angles because I'm watching you all ham it up backstage and hug each other and slap ass and, oh, you're great and this is wonderful and, oh, I'm sorry I hurt you. I don't want to hear any of that. It's stupid. But two funny things that came out of it. The Rock was on there apparently, and he said that the final boss is the greatest heel pro wrestler that anybody's ever seen. The greatest heel that pro wrestling's ever seen, Danny, was the final boss. I know I'm reading it all crazy.
But no, it's just he will say that, won't he? That's just, yeah. If he's trying to get over as being a dickhead and an egomaniacal wanker, then he's going to say stuff like that. So,
but this is on a TV show where he's like not in character. He's talking about the final boss, and he's just like, "Yep, it's the best." And everybody online is like, "Wait, so you're just gonna praise yourself?" Like, huh?
Gets him over even more as a heel. Like you just said, a lot of this has worked. It's more reality TV shows. It's that same thing. But I too do not want to see constantly how the sausage is made. Just stop pulling the curtain back and just let me, like you say, suspend my disbelief and let me just try and enjoy the wrestling, the thing I've come to watch. If we want reality TV, there's shitloads of that everywhere. But with wrestling, you guys are supposed to be the best at that. So prove that, do that, and entertain me. You don't need to keep doing crap like this. You don't have the network anymore. You don't need to pad out like how many hours of programming you can make. You're just diluting your whole sort of like experience, in my opinion, and you're pushing wrestling fans away.
Well, what do you think about CM Punk? CM Punk's a good guy, right? At this moment,
I think I know where the statement you're about to make, because I caught this and I just fucking rolled my eyes at the prick.
But he's supposedly a good guy. He's taking on Gunther tonight, who is the bad guy, and Punk thinks that he can still fool people. He's still gonna fool everybody. Is that the statement? I mean, that's
I saw him getting all sentimental about. I got to headline WrestleMania.
No, not that part. Yeah. But I saw that too. That was kind of funny. Are you talking about when he was crying with Triple H?
Yeah, just at WrestleMania, I said this the same thing that I'll say now is, if you being CM Punk versus Undertaker, however many years ago, in the triple main event, wasn't considered main event in WrestleMania by yourself, being the last match on the first night of a 2-night WrestleMania is not headlining WrestleMania. You have not headlined WrestleMania the same way in which you barked on about for years. This is a massive cope, and I'm not buying it, because when he went on Colt Cabana's podcast, CM Punk that is, when he first left all those years ago while I'm getting fired, he went on at great length about wanting to wanting to headline, and how Triple H and Vince had tried to say to Punk that wrestling against Undertaker, even though it wasn't the last match, was the WrestleMania main event, and Punk wasn't having any of it. But now he's trying to say that headlining or going on last for the first night of a 2-night WrestleMania, that's not headlining WrestleMania. The headline was Cody and Roman, and it was the last match of the whole weekend. Sorry, that's the fucking that's my beef with him. And now he's just sort of like all happy of like, oh yeah, I've done it, and it's like, no, you haven't. But that's the closest they're going to let you get. And you want to make out like you've gone in there, put your feet up, and just gone, I'm getting this, and that's what's happening, and that they've buckled to you, and that isn't the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, my thing with this statement that he had was, kayfabe's dead, blah blah blah, whatever. There's a discussion that's been going on with everybody when it comes to this show, and he's like, oh, he's one of those. It doesn't matter. I'll fool people and blah blah blah. You know what? Nobody's fooling anybody anymore. Sometimes between you and Seth Rollins, it seems like there's something real there. And I'm sure you guys are I'm sure you're not best pals, right? You're not going back there probably talking about matches and things like that. Maybe you are. I don't know. I don't want to see it, right? I want to be worked. So if you think that you're cool because you can do that, cool, whatever. But, again, it doesn't upset me or anything. It just makes me go like, all right, buddy. Yeah, you're the best in the world. Got it. You know, like as they zoom in on your wrinkly eyes, you know, it's hard for me to buy some of this stuff, especially when they're not even like invested in it anymore. That's what it feels like. The business, as far as like everybody should be like the Undertaker. That's how I say. I don't think they should be online. They shouldn't be online with their real names. They shouldn't be on Twitch. They shouldn't be gaming. They shouldn't be doing any of this shit. They should be the character that everybody sees, because that's the difference between wrestling and the movies and TV and all the rest of that stuff. You're better than that, right? You know, but they're not. They act like they're not. They feel like inferior to everything else. That is blatantly fake as well and scripted. But now they're like, they want to be like that. And that's not how wrestling works, guys. This is all one big work that we're supposed to be doing. And when they strip the rest of the soul out of it, which they're doing at the moment with all these things and trying to preach to the crowd that, you know, kayfabe doesn't matter. It died a long time ago. Or it died like in the 50s, right? No, it didn't. I was just talking to Uncle Old School the other day. He just recently figured out that all this is a big work. I'm serious. He's like, I didn't know this. He's like, when did you figure this out? And I'm like, when I was a little kid, you would even reference like how certain things weren't real and stuff because, you know, it'd be like obvious, you know, obviously this guy isn't hitting him as hard or whatever. Now it's blatantly obvious to the point where Uncle Old School is even figuring it out. So, hey, you know, if you want to keep going this route, I just don't. All your what are their fans going to be like at that point? It's going to be nothing but like super, super low IQ. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just going to be. Because I'm not going to deal with Jelly Roll versus Mr. Beast main events and things like that's where we're going. Kenny Omega is totally right. We always got.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It's they can just fall back onto like the whole kids, like the innocence of children as well, who don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
So and there's always going to be new kids coming up, so they can just keep reinventing that and just keep aiming at that same group.
I remember talking with my friends back in like the late 90s in the middle of the Attitude Era, and we're like, how crazy is wrestling going to be in like 20 years from now? It's not. It's actually way worse than it was. So if we had a time machine and could see this coming, we wouldn't even believe it. We'd be like, wait, you went backwards? Now you're telling everybody what you're doing? All your magic tricks? All right. So how much longer do you got with us, Danny?
I think I'm all right for the time being.
All right. Well, I'm just going to take a 5-minute break. You know, we gotta let Braun Breaker out. We gotta do things, but I got a lot more notes. We got a lot more of the SummerSlam card to go through. So everybody, you just stay tuned, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes or so. Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the link tree over there. Triple H will show you the way. We're back at it. Everybody retweet this. Everybody like this. All over the globe. All over the flat earth. Wherever you think you are. In any realm you think we're at. In any simulation we may be in. You click this link. And you do whatever I say. Thank you. As far as this goes. Don't do all that other stuff I say. I'm not taking any credit for any of that other stuff you're doing out there. Person that's watching right now. Could be even you, Danny. You're looking at the screen. So
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that what you need to do is you get Triple H's head and you turn it upside down and you have to find the man that looks like that.
Yes.
It's like a visual riddle.
So here's some non-wrestling stuff I'm going to start off with our final hour. I'm going to go another hour, whether anybody likes it or not.
I'll stay for what I can, but yeah, like per usual, I might just get the red flag and that's it. Gotta go.
Yep. Whenever you get flagged, when the ref comes out, just take off. It's kind of funny, actually. We love it.
I'll get like an old school wrestling figure just thrown at my head.
Yeah.
The extra heavy ones.
The best was there was one night where there was just one loud scream, right? And then you went like this. You're like, oh, holy shit. And then it was like, I gotta go. Yeah. No problem.
It's because, I don't hear it coming, and all of a sudden it's like, problem here. And it's like, and that's it. Catches me off guard.
But yeah, here's something that everybody can get angry about or laugh at. I know the Berry Senior was here earlier. I don't know if he's still with us, but he wanted to hear about that dildo that ended up on the basketball court this week. And yeah, WNBA basketball. You know, that ladies league, that it's been out there in the media a lot lately. And what happened now is a big neon green too, like it's just like this hat behind me, the Godfather hat. It looked just like that, but it was a big old schlong with the balls. And somebody threw it onto the court. They had to stop the game. The announcers were like, ooh, they even zoomed in on it for a second, and then the announcers were like, oh no.
And they realized what it was.
Everybody became a school teacher all of a sudden. And yep. No, that's not the only news from the WNBA, folks. Early before that, there was all these ladies in this league. I don't know how you do it. I've mentioned this before on the show, but they're out here playing a professional sport with full-blown weaves, the eyelashes. I've been talking about this with wrestling for years. Like, even in a performance type of athletics, which pro wrestling is, how dare you? We're going to see this tonight because it's always the worst on the biggest stages like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. That's when they bring the eyelashes out that are like 2 feet long, the big extra extensions on the weaves. They paint themselves up like the Joker, and then they go out there and they get into a fight, into a wrestling match. Well, this is even crazier, right? Because I understand those women are performing. They're trying to look as best they can. But why are you trying to look so good when you're putting a ball through a cylinder, right?
Trying to. But sorry, keep going. I've seen some of those clips.
I just can't. I'm blown away, first of all, by the league, their entitlement. The news before this other last news about the women's weave falling off was that they want more money. They want to be paid what they owed. They wore T-shirts that said as much. And everybody's like, paid what you owed? Who owes you anything? You know, the male NBA players are, of course, like making crazy money. But that's because people want to watch it. People are now talking about the WNBA because of this Caitlin Clark and everything. And it's now everybody wants to be paid. Why?
It's still, you'd mentioned the dildo thing, and I was going to make a joke saying, well, it's fine because, the women's NBA just makes all that money, so they don't have to worry about potential sponsors or sort of like getting bigger. But is it 50 million per year it costs the men's NBA to just keep the women's one afloat? Because it's not making money from like every sporty person that I've ever spoken to about it, and it is being held up by the male counterpart, sadly. So if that is true, then they should wind the neck in and just be a bit grateful that they still get to do that.
It's very weird how it's really being pushed. I'm seeing it all over, even like podcast media, internet media, and of course, mainstream media. They're all over it. Ever since Caitlin Clark has come around, the great white hope for female basketball. It's like, I'm like looking at people like, I barely care about men's basketball. And I played growing up. I did the whole thing and whatever. But like, I'm watching it now. I'm like, this stinks. This is not a good product. It hasn't been in years. And now you want me to go watch the ladies play? And I got nothing against women's basketball, women's sports, or whatever. There's some people in that league. I'm not sure if they're actually a lady, if you know what I mean. That's all I got to say about that too. But I don't want to get too deep with any of this. I just wanted to point out, like, hey, it's funny that apparently throwing dildos on the court was like a thing in the WNBA because they had certain nights for people, when nobody was watching, right? When the eyes weren't on it. Now the eyes are on it, and it's like, oh no, not this. But the weave coming off, and they stopped the game because the ladies' weave came off. Because they wear like these huge ones, and then they got the ponytails down to their legs, and it's like if anybody tugs on it, touches it, it could like tear the whole thing off. Who knows? So one of them, they go running back into the locker room, and they stopped the game, and a guy started laughing and was goofing on it in the crowd, and they kicked him out.
So fragile.
They made a big deal out of it. Go, and they sent the security to him. I'm like, wow. It's just not a lot of good looks coming from that league lately. I'm not down in them or anything like that. Again, for the lady sports and all this, there's space for everything, apparently. I don't know if you've seen the internet lately, but like how many friggin' wrestling shows there are. Of course, there should be a women's pro basketball league. But
yeah, what you've said just sounds ridiculous because at least the other sports, there's been women's counterparts to sporting events for a long time now. And when a lot of them can at least just hold their own weight or not be that much of a problem, like whilst other people are holding them up. But then if they can't even take it seriously to the point of just like wearing makeup and accessories that are like detrimental to their performance or to the game, or when someone has like a laugh at their expense, they can't even just be like, oh yeah, that was pretty silly or whatever. They have to throw him out because they're thin-skinned. It really screams sort of like, this has to happen because we're told someone it would happen, and it's not going to stay afloat naturally. And yeah, that's why I keep saying about the women's wrestling, just to circle it back to wrestling, is just give them their own show and just let the ratings and let everything be shown that way. But instead, it's forced onto the men's, and it ends up being 50-50, which isn't what anybody really wanted. But at one point, we were just it was just decided that that's it now. Men and women are 50% equal in everything. Apart from like construction jobs and dangerous jobs and working in the sewer and things like that. But the glamour, certain other things where we want that 50%, we'll force it upon you, and you will do it, or you are bigots and twats and just mean men, and it's silly. Let them. Just split the women. To go back to your point with the women's NBA, just let it split up and just let it be its own thing and see how long it lasts. And then if it falls over, just don't save it and be like, you wanted this. This is the point you were trying to make, and it's gone under because you were way too busy with like weaves and throwing men out for laughing at you. It's growing. It's going to get bigger because of all of this. It's going to become more of a drama show. I think that's where everything's kind of going. Maybe the WWE is onto something, and they're like, listen, everything is going to become reality TV at the end of the day, whether we like it or not. It's almost they're doing it with pro sports now. Like, because I'm a total believer in it. I don't believe any of this is real. I don't think that, these guys aren't training, aren't trying to win ball games, the women or the men or whatever. But these games can be so easily guided by the refs that in really any sport, they said hockey's the hardest, which it makes sense. Low scoring games. The puck slides here or there, but with basketball and everything else, football, where, it's 60 minutes of football, but within those 60 minutes, it's only really 2 minutes, 3 minutes worth of time within those 60 minutes that really matter. And whatever the refs want to do with that time is what the outcome of the game will be. And I think some people are getting there. I don't think they're as far ahead as I have. I've been questioning this stuff for a long time, but it's almost like right in our face. Plus, don't forget, if you just go back and look at old court cases with the U.S. government and things like that, that you find out that this is entertainment. It's not an athletic sport. Like, you get athletics in college, but even that, I'm sure, is all
phony baloney at this point in some shape or form. Like I said, you don't have to have people cheating, which people are actively right now. It's already been proven. A guy with not Malik Beasley. I don't want to say the wrong names, but one of them was caught up in gambling. And then you go back and look at some of his games, and he's obviously point shaving and stuff. So it's the Wild West out here, it feels like. Where did the adults go? That World War II generation, they call them what, the greatest generation, whatever, the ones above the boomers. After they basically aged out and died off, it's like we're in the fucking zombie apocalypse now.
Yeah. Dystopian hellscape, our lass refers to it as. In a really positive way. No, it's some places are. It's a bit shit.
Like it really feels like where are the adults to tell everybody that this is not good? It just seems like there's hordes of people that are like on board with this. They actually think it's better now than it's ever been. Dr. Hughes, Michael Jordan sucks. Haven't you heard? Like, what? Huh? And they're doing this with everything, right? Lately. But there is some pushback. It's not really about this guy or this doll that I have or anything, but it's about, it's a principle of the matter. And that's really all we can like argue and fight against out here. Right? Super deep for a wrestling comedy show. But we did it.
Yeah, I think the greatest generation, like you say, have sadly dwindled. Their children, the boomers, are now properly in charge, and they're maybe not being as grown up about it as the greatest generation told them to be, and they're being a bit just and we're in charge now, and we're gonna pretend we're still 30 or whatever and cling on to being young, and what's that? Those young people will pretend to like me if I say I'm into their new fangled thing. Cool, let's just pretend. And yeah.
Oh, I could never do that. Imagine we got politicians over here, Danny. They got purple hair. They're bald like Dr. Huge. Not the men. Like it's huh? Yeah, I don't know.
It's Klingerons.
Everybody's losing their minds really at a real fast rate. But what's other real news we can talk about? I know you would love to hear about the King's Court. I know you want to hear about this. Just somebody that hates, actually despises this type of entertainment.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I get it. I get why you don't like it. And I'm not like, hey, you're wrong. Nope, you're not wrong at all. It's pretty bad. But I think it's so like just dumb entertainment you can have on in the background while you do other stuff. And then there's a few moments every show, you just got to wait for it. And with it, I've been keeping up. We're in episode 3 now. It's been coming out on Mondays. I finally figured that out. But from episode 2 to episode 1 was kind of boring. But they were basically telling you the characters. And I already know. I know all these guys. I don't know any of the women. And they explain that as it goes on. But episode 2, 2 of them just left and quit because they knew they were going home. Because they brought in new girls. They just keep bringing in new girls, and it pisses everybody off. Hilarious. Then we got so the littlest guy in this group, Tyson. What's his name? The supermodel from the 90s. He's now, by this episode, is just macking it to every chick in the place. And the one hot Mexican chick he was talking to from the first episode on, having the dates with and all this stuff, he now closed her out. He like totally iced her out. Right? So she's like, what the hell? Like in the middle of all this, I'm now coming up to talk to you and, hang out basically. And he's just like, he's like, I'm on the other things. He's looking to bang everybody in the house, and it's going to be hilarious. He's put a list. This is for the next episode. He put a list on the refrigerator of where all these girls, they got dormed up. Like, just think of this. You actually have a show where you got 3 dudes dating all the same women that are like living in a dorm or a really nice house. And he's putting notes on the refrigerator with, I want to date this. Here's my list of my chicks that I'm going to be banging. And I'm telling you, things are going to get more wild because these shows, Danny, the reason, again, why they're good, they do their research on the people they have on. They know who's going to push the wrong buttons with other people. And I think the buttons are starting to get pushed and it's going to explode. And Titus O'Neil is going to be there for it. It's going to get funny. I just know it. Even funnier. This girl come walking out this week in a all leather outfit, right? The big high heels, goofy heel things, and the mask and the whole deal. And she like start wobbling and almost tripped all over herself. There's some good goofs in there. God, what was another good goof? There was a few other ones, but I'm telling you, you're missing out.
I'm sure I'll manage. Thank you. Yeah, you can put stuff like this on and like in the background while you're doing other things. But I'd honestly just rather pay attention to doing the other things, whatever the other things are, than just more reality slop. Yeah. Sorry, reality slop.
Yep. I take notes. I don't even do things in the back. I sit there like this, and I just write down everything that occurs. What did I write down? Let's at least look at my notes, right? So, new women, catty, cunty. They called them old and bald. That's one of my favorite quotes. That was in the second episode when the girls were like quitting, and they're like, they're old and bald anyway, right? So of course they were loving on them for however many days these first 2 episodes went. But yep, at the end of the day, they're old and bald. And then, Tyson takes all the new girls out on the dates, leaves all the old ones behind. Titus apologizes to a lady about aggressive comments because she was like, listen, Titus, I'm a black woman and you can't be calling me aggressive and stuff like that because we got that stigma of being aggressive unless you want to get punched in the face. and then Titus was like, I don't want to be punched in the face. You're definitely not aggressive. It kind of
please stop being aggressive.
That's how it went in my head. But then Carlos Boozer had the girl that was calling everybody old and bald. She was going around to all the other girls, and especially the ones he likes, which he likes like the hottest chick in the house. He's the ex-basketball player. So the first night he seen one of the hottest chicks there and was like, yep, I want her. And has been hanging with her ever since. So this other ghetto chick, like, was just going, he's been married and he cheated on his first wife. And, she's doing all this stuff like while she's in the area. And it becomes a whole thing. More drama ensues. Oh my goodness. They really should make me the host of this show, not Rodney Peete. Why Rodney Peete? He's just a football player. Like, it's like having Pat McAfee on one of these shows. So, Titus wrestles. So episode 3 comes out, and the first thing that happens, they got more women coming in, these newer batches of ladies. And that's when, they got them dressing up weird. That's why that lady was dressed up in the dominatrix stuff. And then Titus O'Neil is like slapping dudes. He's the big show all of a sudden. He's like really putting it on these jobbers. They didn't get one punch in, and that was supposed to like put him over with the ladies and all this. And yeah, I mean, a solid episode, right? Bravo. You guys liking this analysis? You want more of this in the future? Let me know. Keeping up. Tyson disses is Mexican for more hoes. I wrote that down. Yeah. Oh, but this is what's going to happen in the future, folks. Stay tuned, because episode 4, the Mexican lady, super hot Mexican lady, is going to go to the final dinner mixer thing that they have, and she's gonna tell everybody, tell the world what a piece of shit Tyson is, basically. So look forward to that. And Boozer and Titus O'Neil, the two big guys are going to have big guy heat finally, because they're going to be going after the same chick. And it could be a whole nother batch of new girls, because I don't recognize this one, because it looks like they're starting to bring in hotter and hotter chicks, which is making it more chaotic. And they all want this one chick, apparently. And yep, maybe we'll get some real wrestling going on. That's what we need on these reality shows. You need the cops involved. You need something going on. You know, if you don't have that, is it really a good reality show? I say no, as an expert and an analyst on these things. Thank you. You should do a whole one-man show about just reality TV at the Comedy Cellar or something. Yeah. Paladin says there's too much money involved for not have some fixed games. That's right. That's what we were talking about before. And you're right. There is too much money involved, especially now. They're putting out all these gambling apps. My favorite thing, just like the casinos. So if you're smart like Dr. Huge, you're a genius, right? You walk into a casino and the casino goes, oh my goodness, this guy's a genius. And then they'll send people to you and they go, you can't play here. You're too good at this. And then now on the gambling apps, if you win too much, if I don't know, algorithms, AI, or whatever, the people themselves, they notice that you're like killing it and you understand how this works, they'll just go, you can't use this app anymore. Sorry about it. We just don't want you to use it. So they only want losers. Okay. So think about this, people that love to gamble. You're there to lose. If you start winning and winning too much, they're going to go, this is suspect. Everybody's supposed to lose. So you can't play here anymore. How is that legal?
That's grim. Because it's not just people that lose the odd $5 or $10 every now and again. It's a lot of people that are just like dangerously like stuck to addiction with gambling. And if it's apps, they're just stuck on that all the time. Or where I live, you see people just like waiting for the bookies to open just so they can spend all day sat in there betting on horses and dogs and that's their life. And it's quite predatory, to be honest. The people doing the preying on the addicts, obviously, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And now they're going after the kids because with all the gambling apps, it's... Yeah. But yeah.
Sports, no, what do they call it? It's not... They don't call it gambling. That's how they get away with it, isn't it? They call it, like, sports predicting and things like that. Yeah, they're just sneaky bastards. It shouldn't, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Anybody listening to this right now, it's okay to... If you want to gamble, like, $50 a year or whatever on a season, like... You know, little small time things to make things a little more interesting. That's one thing. But to be out here hundreds and thousands and then it starts getting to like thousands and thousands of dollars, you're just going to lose overall. You may get some wins, but overall you're going to be a loser. And I just never understood it. Just go play a video game or something instead. That's what I do. I don't know. I get the same dopamine hit, I think. And that's why when I gamble, it actually makes me upset, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I could be winning the whole time. I could be ahead the whole time. There's always this thing in the back of your mind like, oh, can we keep this? And it's stressful. So I don't see the fun in it. Some people, they love that. There was Artie Lang, who's on Stern, used to talk about, he's like, sometimes I would just make a $2,500 bet and I didn't have any of the money and it was just the thrill of it. That, oh no, I could die from this. You know, or I might win money. And it's like, that's crazy. What a way to live.
Never been into gambling.
Me neither. I hate losing, period. So if I hate losing, imagine putting money on top of that would just make me a maniac. So yeah.
Did the national lottery for a little bit when I first turned 16 all those years ago, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I can legally bet on the lottery now. So that was like £1 a week or something like that. But again, they make that look all friendly, and I'm sure they do it just as the same over there. where it's like, this isn't gambling, it's the lottery. It's all friendly and colourful, and it's not the same thing as gambling at all. And as well as doing like a lottery, you can do scratch cards and all the other things to get you hooked. But they just, that initial sort of like entry point is like, oh, it's just the lottery. Don't worry. It's not gambling.
I couldn't believe I put in a 3-team parlay in the NFL last year for like cheap money. I forget what it was. That I would have won like $150, right? If these 3 games. So 2 games hit, third game's still going, and it's like in the late in the fourth quarter, goes to overtime. I'm like, it shouldn't have gotten to overtime. I was already winning. So now it's going into overtime. I'm like, I can't believe this. You know, it's off this cheap ass bet. I could win this. And what happens? That's the game, everybody. If you remember the Commanders last year with Daniels, he throws a Hail Mary, literal Hail Mary play into the end zone, like 60 something yards. And they catch it and they win. I'm out $150 like that. When I was clearly winning all through the game, all through the fourth quarter, it was the last game I needed. And then within a few minutes, the last, 30 seconds of the regular game, and then that fourth overtime, if that was an overtime, just unbelievable stuff. So many things had to happen. And I'm just like, this can't be real. This just can't be real. Right? Oh, wow. Loot boxes in video games are similar. Yeah.
Yeah. All these cards and like collectible cards, whether it's like Pokemon or Magic and stuff like that, it's introducing kids to that sort of like, oh, you spend your money on like the unknown element, and maybe I'll get something good. And I know that's like been the thing with like sticker books, but even like when we were kids and we got like a pack of stickers with like some bubble gum and stuff like that went all into a book, there was a random element to that, but they weren't like £5 for a bloody pack of 10 cards or whatever. They were a lot cheaper, and you didn't constantly hear like adults talking about, I'm going to buy these cards because there might be a rare one inside that I can then sell online. That's like the name of the game for a lot of people, not actually playing the game. Whereas when we were kids and we got the sticker books with bubblegum, and the aim of the game was just to finish that sticker book, was to get all the stickers, to fill out all the spaces, and then chew a load of bubblegum. Whereas now it's sort of like introducing gambling to kids, because even kids will then start talking about, oh, I might pull one of these and then I can sell it on eBay, and it's like, yeah, you've got that addictive sort of like personality in you. You can see it just thriving at the minute.
Seems like people are pulling back from the Pokemon stuff. Like it was hitting. It seems like there's a little bit of a come down. Have you seen that over there? At least with the resellers, like the people actively trying to like get all this product, they can't sell it fast enough now.
Yeah, I think it's just because everyone's trying to do the same thing. Everyone has the same idea of like, just, oh yeah, I'm going to start selling them all on eBay. And then when everyone's doing the same thing, and when the graders are only sort of like allowing so many sort of like 100% sort of like quality stamps of approval to get out, people are just a bit, they're losing faith in them, because you've still got to pay them to grade it. And I think quite a few places have been like robbed and stuff, or at least insurance claims have been made for like places that have single cards. So there are people suggesting the bubble might burst.
Yeah, I think definitely sooner more than later, because it seems like it's already burst in some ways. But there's like some shady dealings. I see a guy making videos on YouTube, just a random recommendation one day, just starts playing, and it's a guy, God, where is he from? So he's like out in the mountains in a weird, like in the middle of nowhere type town, and he's like, there's no stores near me. He's like, I'm like the only game in town, basically for 100 miles in diameter, and he's like, they will not sell me Pokemon cards anymore. And he's like got Pokemon stickers on his window, like you're promoting that he has this stuff, and he's like, I'm supposed to get this, I'm supposed to get that, but then they just keep saying that he doesn't sell enough, or he doesn't do this, or meet all these different requirements. They just don't want to send it to him, because the game's now rigged at that level, and then it's probably going to be rigged at a higher level. It's already rigged in grading and everything else, like you were saying before, and then it just means like everything's fake. So not meaning like all your merchandise is fake, but when it comes to like sports memorabilia and now cards, people are now they've been making fake cards for a long time, but they're getting really good at it now. You wouldn't believe all the fake Jordan rookies or the Pokemon cards. They're faking those now and going to shows and trying to sell them to the dealers. It's a really bad time for collecting, really. You got to be on your guard.
Yeah, well, say everyone's trying to do it now, and not everybody, but a lot of people are trying to do it now, and a lot of people want a quick buck, and it's flooded certain markets, and it looked like that was going to be good for now, but it's going to fall over sooner rather than later, I think.
And you still got your Pokemon cards from your childhood? You should look into it. They might be expensive. I don't know. But I would assume that most original packs of anything, you might know this a little more than I do, but I know with like Magic cards and stuff, if you have the stuff from the 90s, like that seems to be sought after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I bet there's so many just tubs of Pokemon cards and stuff people put aside when they were younger that they put up in a loft or just they've got in a drawer, and they'll just be like a gold mine waiting. But that doesn't mean everybody has a gold mine in every pack that you purchase. But that's what they've been led to believe.
It's funny that you always got the people that have like the old toys, cards, whatever, and they go to the store and either they way overvalue it, which is most of the time, or they're like, what? You'll give me $3,000 for this junk? Like, okay. You're like, yeah, you got some priceless stuff here, buddy. You know? I love those videos. I wish I could come across somebody that was. I seen one, and I'm like, I can't watch these videos anymore. This is gonna drive me crazy. He found in a yard sale, some old dude had all like 100 comic run of old school Spider-Man, like the first 100 issues, and it was like. And he goes, will you take 200? And he's like, 200, of course. And he picked up one book, like, will you take 200 for this book? And he goes, oh yeah, of course. And he's like, he's talking about the whole thing. So he ended up going, he ends up giving him more money or whatever. But it's like, that's crazy to me. I want that. Like anytime I've gone to a garage sale, yard sale, it's fleeced at like 5:30 in the morning, and you'll never see me at a yard sale 5:30 in the morning.
We don't need to, because this Disney Marvel have recently released a What If Goofy Became Spider-Man, and there's at least 5 different covers of that which I've seen, and the previous one, yeah, seriously, yeah. Look it up. And previously, before that, there was a What If Donald Duck was Iron Man, I believe. What if Donald Duck was Iron Man? Again, multiple covers of that, because that is what the Western comic book industry needs to defeat manga, who have humiliated them in the last 5 to 10 years now. And that's what Disney need to like restore like faith in their company, is Goofy as Spider-Man and Donald Duck as Iron Man. Yep. With multiple, like I say, like at least 5 different variant covers.
I don't know who they're selling to. Who's still buying into this variant business? It's cool to have. I will buy variants if I'm like, wow, that cover is like sick. It's the same price as the other one. I'll instead of the A cover, I'll just buy this one. But to be like, no, I need all the new stuff. It's just, wow. Again, people, it's like the gambling stuff. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Plus, where are you going to put all this stuff? Does everybody have a mansion or storage space? And then if you're just buying stuff to store it away, what's the purpose in that too?
Oh, it's an investment, because you buy it for like $5 or whatever, and then in like 10 minutes it's going to be worth like $5,000, and then
right.
Because you're an investor now, you're smart with your money.
In reality, folks, this is how it goes. You buy something for $5, and in 6 months it'll be $1. That's how it works.
Yeah, if not sooner.
Mm-hmm. That's if you're lucky, right? because you could get a banger for like a book that comes out, let's say it's just one comic, and it shoots up to like $30-$40. Boom, first couple of weeks, and then you just give it a year. That's what I always say to everything. Just give it a year, and it always drops right back down. The Hulk Hogan stuff, these people out here are looking for Hulk Hogan stuff. You're getting fleeced. You don't need it right now. You should have had it before, okay? You don't need it now. You're paying literally triple, quadruple, maybe even more for that stuff. Give it a year. It will be less than even before because there's tons of this stuff out here. Yep.
There's too much of it at one point. Like, I think in my wrestling figure bag, I think I've got like 4 different Hogans in there just because every time they did a new run of wrestlers, it's like, oh, we'll put another Hogan in there. This time this one was a punch and not a slam. And yeah. So there was like an excess of Hogan figures at one point, and now it's like finally, quick, get him out there before like people are sick of him again.
Yep, got to even remake him. But yeah, what do you think about CM Punk? He was out there for the Raw tribute to Hulk Hogan.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's actually sort of been present for something, not just that time he strutted and had a big smile on his face at the day of his death.
Right.
All right.
And Jey Uso was also front and center, doing his weird little, like, he's crying thing. I don't know. He's like almost about to cry, but then not, right? Yeet to that. Yeet. And Dominic Mysterio on the end, who was acting like a typical 15-year-old rebellious kid. That's kind of how he was acting. And then all the kids online were like, he was so cool. The way he disrespected Hulk Hogan was so cool. Man, he's so sexy the way he disrespected that dead guy. Yep, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, Jey Uso, same thing. Oh, he must hate, he could give a shit less, right? Because he's just talking to himself and whatever. And, hold on, let me get rid of this. Once I start seeing numbers, get out of here. Man, these kick bots, they're coming for me, brother. Help me. Help me, Jesus, against the Rumble bots and the kick bots. Thank you. Amen. Anyway, look at back again. Gone again. Quick. I'm so good at blocking. But anyway, I would like to say, after last week, CM Punk, I am sorry. All right? I was very upset with you for whatever reason that day. And I said that you, even if you didn't disrespect Hulk Hogan, to go fuck yourself. Maybe I mean that. I don't know. I don't know you. But you showed up at the tribute front and center. And whether it's because you're a company man, like Saudi Arabia style doing it, or you come to realize and go, you know what? We already talked our shit while he was alive, which is what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying you weren't even supposed to do that, talk your shit. But to talk shit after somebody's already gone, and you're not like you're not just goofing around and lighthearted college humor type stuff with it. You're actually like, going at the person. It doesn't seem like he's doing that. He's not going to do that. I'm fine with that. I think that's good. Coach says F Punk still. Yeah, all right. I'm saying I'm retracting last week's statement at least. Just like I retracted the statement about Ric Flair pooping his pants because it might have been fake. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly, but it's still in the realms of probability. So
Sure is.
He gets very excited and is an old man, and it wouldn't, it wouldn't be the strangest thing I'd ever heard.
What gets everybody extra excited if you want everybody pooping their pants out here? Hold on, what is this? What is this? Something just showed up on my phone, and I didn't even touch it. What? What is going on? All right, I'm putting that over here for now. I don't know. I've never seen a screen like that before. That's all I got to say. More on that later. Remind me about that sometime. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I'm sure it wasn't anything too spooky. But it was like showing a camera, and it was like going into a mode I've never seen.
Oh.
Fun times. Hey, what were we talking about? Oh, Ric Flair pooping his pants?
Yep.
Ric Flair, where are you, Ric Flair? Woo! It could have happened. Yep. Excitement. And I was ready to get everybody excited. That was my plan. This is what we're gonna do to get everybody pooping pants.
G, 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 G.
Anytime you want to jump in there, Danny.
I'm good, thank you.
G, 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 G.
Take that. Once a show. Been saying it lately. We got to get this workout in. We've been sitting too long. Do our jazzercises to the yeet. There. All right. We killed it, everybody. Good job, everybody. See, Paladin's here. He's yeeting. Tell him, Danny, no yeet.
No yeet.
Canadians
Not at
don't
all.
like no yeet. No. And then we got some that like the yeet.
G, G, G.
Man, best podcast ever today. We're killing it today. How about this for a story? There's another El Americano, Grande Americano is in third, and his name is Pete Dunne.
G.
That's what
I thought,
everybody.
I thought the third one was going to be like a novelty one, like Otis or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it could have been Chad Gable at first. And then a closer look, it was a white mask. How dare these other guys become Grande Americano when they didn't even take a pilgrimage to the slums of Mexico? Where did he go? Tijuana or something? And then he went into a back alley and got a box from this homeless dude and opened it up and found the mask. And that's how he became. How did these guys become? Where are their origin stories? I don't see him. Chad Gable needs to come back stat as the OG, the AG or whatever.
No, the OG AG. You're right. The OG AG.
That's right. So, I mean, Triple H, we're sitting right here on all these great ideas. I mean, the Sleaze had plenty of them earlier. All that cuckolding stuff. Yep. That could be on there. I mean, you did worse. You were in a funeral home about to hump a lady, Triple H, in a casket. So, that's not that crazy. Thank you. We'll send our story to Stamford, Connecticut, where all the pussies live. Right, Del Rio?
Where all the pussies leave, right?
Exactly. That's where they live. And did you hear Del Rio? WWE wants him back. Possibly,
Really?
maybe.
Mm-hmm. I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it. He's a pain in the ass. He's just caused trouble for them before, and I don't think he's
might have grown up.
Yeah, but what is he going to draw? What's the attraction?
They say he's super over in Mexico. These are certain people in the business. This is the rumor that there's a few people in the business that are like, we got to get this guy. And honestly, I think I'm on board with that too. If I were working at WWE, I know Alberto Del Rio can go. I've seen him recently. He comes with a lot of that drama that creates more intrigue. I think it's all good for business. As long as he's not doing anything crazy and getting out of line and all that, I would say give him another chance. And who knows? Maybe he's grown up, at 60 years old or whatever he is. But I think he might have, because he was making it work in AAA. And they were making gimmicks out of him being kind of like a lunatic and popping off at the news station. Remember, we were showing that video a few months back, and that was all a work. And I don't know. He's too good for wrestling, is what I'm saying. For him to be kicked out of AAA now that WWE owns it, and now he can't come back to WWE, and then it's like he doesn't wrestle anymore, even though he was just like a champion and top guy of a top promotion in the world. I don't know. Give him another chance, right where the pussies live.
Hey, big nose with a small dick.
Come on, Triple H. Imagine one day you're at the White House with Trump, all these fancy people, and the next day you're with Alberto Del Rio.
Hey, big nose with a small dick.
It's a very weird, wrestling's weird. Everything about it's weird. Yep, we talked about this. Do you have anything that you want to point out that stuck out to you this week? In any news?
No, it was just the 2-day thing for bloody SummerSlam. It's just, we've discussed before with WrestleMania, it's too much. I've not even seen it yet, but it's going to be too much. If they've got something nice and special lined up for the main event between Cena and Cody, people are going to be tired before they get to it because they've had a full day and then a second day to sort of like build up to it. And I think it takes the impact away.
Would you rather a 6-hour all in the way they did it one day, or would you rather them stretch it out like WWE?
4 hours for WrestleMania and SummerSlam, I think, is more than enough. You have the main event, which is the main story that things build towards. Not everything has to be the main event. Not everything has to be on the same level as that. But they try and make everything just peak and stay the same throughout, and that's not how it works.
It's crazy. They're even cutting people out now. Like, there's no Julia. That was last night. Priest was last night. I don't know where LA Knight's been. He might come back and team up with Jacob Fatu, I guess, if he's even in that realm anymore. He was feuding with Seth, and he was feuding with CM Punk a little bit. Other than that, he might be Dunsky for a while. There's just so many wrestlers.
Yeah, and that's why they end up having to do 2 days now, because they have to have so many people on staff at one time, and it's just, yeah, but it's excessive and it overdoes it, I think.
Yep, and next year is 2 days SummerSlam again in Minnesota, right? I believe somewhere like that. Yep, and I'm telling you, it's going to go to a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Will eventually go 2 days. Who knows?
Rumble.
Money in the Bank could go 2 days. Rumble is an obvious one. That would be a much better one. That would actually make more sense. Then you could have the women's and the men's Rumbles. Having 2 Rumbles in the same pay-per-view, you know what it is.
It's the shits.
That's right. Like, they usually go the women's one first. That one's always terrible. And then by the time they get to the second one, I already don't care. And then really, ever since Vince left, and even when he was there towards the end, there's like no surprises. Back in the day, it felt like there were surprises left and right. Now you get 0 surprises. Remember, Randy Orton was like number 31 year. Logan Paul was like a number 31 year. It's just like, okay, big deal. So, got a few more notes here. Nikki Bella got her boob pop this week. I figured something happened because Piper Niven gave her an elbow drop on Raw, and it was devastating. Laid her to waste, all them WWE terms and all that stuff. But she landed right on her, and it was like, ugh! You can hear the soul like just come out of her. So, yep, one of her boobs all messed up. Piper even sent her a email after saying, or a post on Twitter saying, hey, if you want me... or suck it up, Buttercup. If you want me to do the other side for you, I can do that. Get it? Elbow drop.
No, I didn't see that. But I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, to be honest. Like you said, when we're talking about women's basketball and also the stuff they do in wrestling, it's yeah, it's just going to get in the way, things like that. And
Yep. Jada Parker, her weave came off one night. She had that when she first started out. She had the slicked back hair, pulled back hair thing. And then it was like this big puff. And the big puff at the end came flying off. And she kept wrestling, folks. They didn't take a timeout. She didn't go running backstage. WNBA. And this is a performance over here. You're actually doing something. Right? If it's not scripted, it matters, right? These games. So, okay. I'm trying to make sense of the world, Danny. It doesn't make any sense to me. Here's a banger for everybody to watch this week. Young OG. Uh-oh. You got to go?
I think so.
All right.
How long did you have left? Just out of
Just a
curiosity.
couple more notes, but you can go anytime you want.
All right, I didn't want to cut you
That's
off,
fine.
but yeah, I mean, I can hear some movement. Right, cheers very much. Thanks for having me.
Go follow DannyDamage.co.uk, everybody.
All
See you
my
later,
links are in
Danny.
there. Thanks.
Thanks for
Take care.
coming on.
Bye-bye.
Yep, we're getting geared up for SummerSlam, folks. It is in 15 minutes, so I'm about to wrap this up, but I do have a few more things I need to speak on. One is the Hulk Hogan Day in Florida. Ron DeSantis gave Hulk Hogan a day. It's August 1st. I don't know if they're trolling or what they're doing, but that was a story. We already talked about Nikki Bella needing a boob replacement. Remember, I did a video a while back of Gunther. He can always slap the other boob right off if need be. Or Piper Niven, elbow drop. Then I wanted to talk about this maybe next time. Who's Sydney Sweeney? Why should I care? Why is she like racist or something? I thought she just did a Gene commercial and everybody's all up in arms about it. We can talk about how it doesn't matter. But the match of the week, the Young OG versus Wesley on NXT. Go check that out. I will be bitching more about WWE Unreal in the next few weeks. We'll keep you all posted on King's Court. Gunther and Punk is tonight. Gunther is injured. Nose injury. I could easily see Punk winning this. JD, the Judgment Day versus Charlotte and Alexis tonight for the championship. Maybe we'll get a live appearance. Maybe. And man, we took a lot of notes. And all this stuff is tomorrow, which I may do a video at some point tomorrow and let you all know. But yep, how dare you say AEW, coach, in my chat?
Let's talk about it.
What?
AEW sucks.
There you go.
AEW sucks.
I didn't say it. That's Will Ospreay saying it.
AEW sucks.
So anyway, we said it all. We did it all. Greatest show ever that we just did today. SummerSlam. You guys enjoy it. You guys love it, right? You just shut up and like this wrestling that they're giving us. And maybe I'll give you some shows this week. But if you want some shows and you want to stay involved with all of us, I'm in the market for guests. I'm in the market for more audience, more guests, all this stuff. I'm looking for everybody. Hit the link, contact your boy, Dr. Huge, and I'll make you monkey ass famous. All right. That's how we do it over here. Thank you. And everybody have a good night. And you'll be seeing me online goofing around. Make sure you share it and you like every single post that I ever put out. You better do it. If I see you in this chat and I see you liking my stuff and you retweeting it, I'll be your best friend forever. All right, there we go. Here, let's close ourselves out with gazing at Braun Breaker. Pours Seth Rollins. Come back to us, Seth Rollins. We miss you. Goodbye, everybody.